It's your first look at Forrest football as we get set for tonight's matchup. Coach's Corner with Coach Eli Stevenson, player interviews, our interview with the Band of Blues segment, and our Pep Talk segment coming your way here on TC Sports 1.
At Advanced Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
I'm Kate Hargrove. I'm a freshman and I've been cheering for, I think, since I've been 5.
Wow, so you got a lot of cheering experience in already.
Yes.
All right, let's start off. Maybe your most fun experience while cheering at any level.
I don't know. Homecoming's really fun.
Talk about that. What's it like for the cheerleaders during homecoming?
It's just cool to see all the little kids be happy whenever we go to chess and to I don't know. It's just really cool.
For you, what's the most fun thing for you about cheering?
I don't know. I just going to the football games and cheering on for them.
What was the experience like Cornersville when it was so hot?
It was very hot. It was good, but it was very, very hot there.
Off the field, things that you like to do?
I don't know. I like to go home and watch TV.
Favorite show?
Friends.
Friends. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can tell me everything about it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So what got you hooked on Friends?
I don't know. Me and my grandmother started watching it.
Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Favorite things maybe you like to do? You like to shop? Any of those other kind of things that?
Yeah, I like to shop. Me and my mom go shopping a lot.
Favorite store?
I like Target.
Okay, just because you can get so many things there?
Yeah.
All right. Let's say maybe somebody that you admire.
I don't think I admire anybody.
Okay. Most fun thing you've had being a freshman, what's been the most fun thing this year for you during school?
I don't know. It's all been pretty good.
All right. Hey, Kate, thank you so much. It's been good to have you.
Yes.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
I'm Ziva, I'm a sophomore, and I play flute and piccolo in the band.
Ziva, big competition, not only for the football, they're heading into the playoffs. It's kind of like the band playoffs as well. Talk about what you expect for Saturday and just how y'all prepared.
I'm just hoping that we make it to finals. It's kind of been an off season, but we've been really progressing. So,
talk about that. You started out and kind of probably didn't have the performances that you wanted, but you've gotten steadily better through the year and seem to be ended on a high note.
Yes. I feel like everyone's been doing just a great job, especially like learning their music and focusing on fundamentals and everything, and it's been good.
Let's talk about you off the field a little bit. Things that you like to do outside band.
I really like art and taxidermy for some reason, but...
Taxidermy? How did you get into that?
By cutting a mouse open.
Okay. So you were hooked from that point?
Yes.
All right, so what have you done? What animals have you done?
Well, I've only really done mice, but I have been buying taxidermy, such as, like, I have a pheasant, and I bought some fish heads, like, last week.
Okay, cool. Musical taste, like, what do you like to listen to?
I am kind of a nerd. I like to listen to classical music.
Okay. Any favorite?
Not really, just, like, yeah.
Person you maybe admire outside of this of band?
I don't really admire anyone.
Reason?
I don't know. I'm just kind of an independent person.
Okay. Something maybe outside of the taxidermy that we might not know about you that you could share with us.
I don't really have anything.
All right. Hey, Ziva, it's been awful nice to meet you, and thank you for being on our segment.
Thank you.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
And we are with our All-Star Trophies, TC Sports One Player of the Week. Once again, Triple F, Mr. Fletcher Fields, a great game, 172 yards on the ground, and really just that last touchdown where you got that 29-yarder down the sideline. Kind of tell us about that one a little bit.
When I did the fake, I saw so much open field, I just took off and ran.
We asked, we were laughing, was it designed to go really inside and you just saw so much ground you took it, or was it kind of designed to fake and go?
It was a designed fake. It was for me to fake it to Gavin since they kept jumping on the 34 scissors.
You did, man. You had a lot of green grass. Of course, nobody's going to catch you when you get to the outside anyway. But that was a really cool play toward the end of the game that put you back in it. Talk about the emotions during that game. There were so many highs offensively that you guys, battled back. You'd gotten ahead, then gotten behind, and just talk about that game in general.
Well, it was a very intense game. We kept battling back and forth. I'm just glad we managed to stay in it, but it was a tough loss.
That was, but I think would give you some confidence heading into this game that you really seemed to offensively really find your groove.
I'm confident in all of our offensive players' abilities, and I think we can go out there and do this.
Now for you, we know, talk to your mom quite a bit at the games, and know you do a lot off the field training-wise. Talk to us a little bit about the things that you do outside the game situation in practice just to get yourself more ready.
I do a lot of individual training on my position. I do a lot of college visits. I talk to a lot of players. I talk to a lot of coaches, and they help me become a better player and a better person.
Man, Triple F, we are happy to have you and glad again that you're a Rocket. And once again, you are our TC Sports 1 All-Star Trophies Player of the Week, Mr. Fletcher Fields.
Thank you.
Rain's moving in. Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds? No. Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cows tipped over. No. Nope. No. No. The wind. Yeah. Really? No. How do you know it's gonna rain then? Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students, from delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank. Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
I'm Aiden Heinrichs. I'm a senior and I play defensive end.
Big week for you as a senior, of course. Last week y'all played great, just didn't go your way at the end. But talk about the confidence that would give you heading into this week to take on Smith County.
It was kind of heartbreaking at the end of it, but I feel like we've had a great week of practice and everything, and so I think we really feel like we could pull this one out and get through this game.
Yeah, I think with the way you come through this season, all the losses have been close. I think you got to have some confidence that you can go play with anybody at this point, and really the way you showed what you could do these last few games, gotten everything going offensively kind of, and especially in that game on Friday night, that you would have a lot of confidence.
Yeah, the game Friday night was a very close game, and we were really hoping to pull that one out. And just recently, our offense has really picked it up, and our defense has always been pretty good this season. I mean, a few losses that really kind of slowed our momentum down, but I feel like if we win against Smith County, I think we have a really good chance for the other two games in the playoffs.
You guys have made some deep runs. This is one of those odd years. You know, you got 19, 21, made some deep runs, so maybe this odd year, 23, you're going to do it again.
Really hoping so. Superstitions like that really could pull us out.
Now, for you, let's get to know you off the field a little bit. Maybe favorite football team?
I'm a Raiders fan.
Oh, man, you suffered.
I've been suffering for probably 17 years.
So what did you think about the coaching change?
I am kind of happy about it. I really don't think he fit the scheme of the Raiders.
Okay. Now, what got you being a Raiders fan?
My dad has been a Raiders fan his whole life, so it got passed down to me.
Just kind of bled over. All right. Let's see. Okay, this is the question we've had. I've kind of hung on this one all year long. All right, we're riding with you. What are we listening to?
Just a lot of rap music. That's always been my go-to ever since I was like 8 years old.
Okay, so. Who's the favorite?
Right now it's Travis Scott mainly. I've been listening to him since I was 9. So
I got you. Now see, I'm thinking. All right, one of these days I'm going to be really old that I haven't heard of some of these guys. Now I forgot who it was a couple of weeks ago that got me on some things that I did, but I've at least heard of Travis Scott. So maybe I'm not quite as old as I thought.
Yeah, he performed at the Super Bowl a few years ago, so that might be a lot of ways people know him from.
All right, man. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Hometown Banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
Coach's Corner segment with Coach Eli Stevenson. And Coach, we just talked a little bit about it off camera. Man, that was as tough a loss as you will find. You did so much well in that contest, only to see them win it on the last play.
Yeah, it's a tough loss, but I was really proud of how the kids played. We finally played a cleaner ball game. We played hard. We didn't have any turnovers on offense. We forced the turnovers on defense. Our special teams, they won the special teams battle. We won field position. We just didn't we couldn't come away at the end. They made a great play on the last play of the game, and they got the W.
But I think heading into, and we talked about it before that game, as far as a win goes, you wanted to get some momentum heading into the playoffs. I do think that you did accomplish that. I think players were confident that they played well offensively. I think, as you said, cut the penalties down, did some of the things that had been troubling us throughout the year correctly, and give you some insight into this first-round matchup that you can go and maybe pull the upset.
Yes. Cutting down the penalties, that was the big thing for us. Holding on to the football. We've been a turnover machine on offense, and we finally held on the ball. And Cantrell played the best game at quarterback he's played all year long. Fields had a big game running the ball. Our offensive line up front did a great job blocking, and the other backs blocked too. That was a big game. Gavin Grissom had 80 yards rushing, and Bell, he does a lot of dirty work for us. Eli Bell, yeah. He blocks for us, and when he gets the ball, he runs hard, and it's really a pleasure coaching because he does all the dirty work.
Coach, talk about it. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Smith County, of course, the 1 seed over there. They've got a great defense, but you look. They had a game against Jackson County where I think Jackson County rushed it 18 times for -1 yards, and you look at what we did last week, over 300 yards on the ground against Fayetteville. You hope that you could come out and kind of hit some big plays early against that defense.
Oh, yes. Their defense is really stout. They averaged giving up, I think, 8 points ball game. Nobody scored on them all year long. They really big up front. They got the Jasper kid up front Jasper kid with a Martin D lineman. They clog up the holes, and their linebackers run sideline to sideline, and they don't give anything up over top. They're really sound, and they run to the football. And on offense, they're very vanilla. They don't want to turn the ball over. They want their defense to set them up good field position, and then they'll drive down and score. We just got to come out and get some big plays and get some drives going. And our kids, I know they're going to come play hard. They always do. We just got to be able to just believe that we're going to win this ball game.
Coach, I think after last week, just with the kids around here, they talked about just having a good week of practice, that they really felt like they were prepared and they were ready to go play this game.
Yes. We've had a good week of practice this week. The kids, they came out, they know it's 0-0. Both teams are 0-0 right now. It's win or go home. That's why I love high school football playoffs, because when you win, you move on, but if you lose, you go home. There's no chance. There's no time for error. You just got to come out. You got to play. You got to play hard with passion. You got to play a clean ball game.
Coach, as always, thank you for joining us on our Coach's Corner segment. Coach Eli Stevenson.
Yes, sir.
This TC Sports 1 broadcast is brought to you by Advanced Eye Care Clinic, home with a real Dr. J, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan. By Amigos Mexican Grill, authentic Mexican cuisine. By Apex Bank, celebrating 10 years in Chapel Hill. Also brought to you by Benchmark Physical Therapy. They'll get you back in the game. By Brooks Grocery, where you'll find your next favorite food. Also, we're brought to you by Dr. William Bell at Chapel Hill Family Dentistry. We're brought to you by Clint's Air Care, your local ring dealer. By Farm Bureau Insurance, home, life, auto, and health insurance. By First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking. Also brought to you by Highway 99 Storage, now with climate control. By J&J Automotive, your one-stop auto shop. We're brought to you by Lawrence Funeral Home, serving Chapel Hill since 1939. By Lewisburg Animal Hospital, your other family doctor. Also brought to you by Mack Equipment, your local Cub Cadet and Exmark dealer. By the town of Chapel Hill, moving forward with strong tradition. And by Garvin's Ground Control, licensed and insured.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigo's Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
I'm Kate Hargrove. I'm a freshman, and I've been cheering for, I think, since I've been 5.
Wow, so you've got a lot of cheering experience in already.
Yes.
All right, let's start off. Maybe your most fun experience while cheering at any level.
I don't know. Homecoming's really fun.
Talk about that. What is it like for the cheerleaders during homecoming?
It's just cool to see all the little kids be happy whenever we go to Ches, and to I don't know, it's just really cool.
For you, what's the most fun thing for you about cheering?
I don't know. I just going to the football games and cheering on for them.
What was the experience like Cornersville when it was so hot?
It was very hot. It was good, but it was very, very hot there.
Off the field, things that you like to do?
I don't know. I like to go home and watch TV.
Favorite show?
Friends.
Friends. Okay, yeah. So you can tell me everything about it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So what got you hooked on Friends?
I don't know. Me and my grandmother started watching it.
Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Favorite things maybe you like to do? You like to shop? Any of those other kind of things that?
Yeah, I like to shop. Me and my mom go shopping a lot.
Favorite store?
I like Target.
Okay, just because you can get so many things there?
Yeah.
All right. Let's say maybe somebody that you admire.
I don't think I admire anybody.
Okay. Most fun thing you've had being a freshman, what's been the most fun thing this year for you during school?
I don't know. It's all been pretty good.
All right. Hey, Kate, thank you so much. It's been good to have you.
Yes.
And good evening and welcome into Carthage, Tennessee for your first round of the TSSAA state playoffs. AA action here tonight between your 4 seed, the Forrest Rockets, who come in with an overall mark of 4 wins and 6 losses. They'll be taking on the Owls of Smith County. They are the number 1 seed from their region, coming in with a mark of 8-2. Clear and cool this afternoon as we get set for this first round matchup. Troy Cash and Ricky Sweeney, soon to be joined by Mr. Noble Mays, Ms. Caden Anderson, and filling in for Mr. Peter Wilson, it will be Jace Schillig this afternoon as we get set to bring you this first round action. And Ricky, Rockets maybe played their best game of the season last week against Fayetteville, even though it turned out to be a disappointing 39-37 loss, shrouded in a lot of controversy. But if you talk about coming into a playoff matchup, playing your best football, offensively, certainly the Rockets do that.
Yeah, it is to get that done offensively like we did with putting up 37 points. Very good. Only drawback I had was Fayetteville skilled players played really well. Hughes, he had 210 yards rushing, number 8, did a very good job. A lot of yards after contact. So, hey, a very skilled player, number 8, Calvin Hughes, and the quarterback, Sam Willoughby, number 1. He had 102 yards rushing. Plus, he did a good job passing and scrambling and getting out of jams a lot of times.
Ricky, as we get into this, let's kind of break down these two teams for their season and see where they have gotten to this point. For the Rockets, of course, they have had a season in which they finished 4-6. By all accounts, could have finished somewhere between 8-2, 5-5, or the 4-6, which we did get. There were a lot of games that they were in right until the very end. Didn't have some things go their way, and they end up as the 4 seed. Started out the season against Watertown, never really found their offensive stride. They were playing without Spence Tankersley, who, by the way, they thought they might have available tonight, but doctors advised him that he probably shouldn't give it a go. He, of course, will go to MTSU next year, and he was disappointed. They also will be without Cohen Grissom tonight, but they lost Ryan Hill in that first game as well. Lost to Watertown 17-0. Next week they come back and win a tough one over Cornersville, 15-14. You got to do that one. Extremely hot, extremely humid, and I think conditioning paid off for the Rockets that game.
Yeah, that was good for us. And Ben Franklin, conditioning, you mentioned that, very key. So he played, I wouldn't say he played less than half the game, just cramped very through and through the game, all through the game. And that played a big part in it. The Rockets played good enough to won that one 15-14.
That was the first of a 4-game winning streak. They followed that up by thrashing Community 49-8. Picked up their first region win of the year, taking down Cannon County 21-10. Followed that up with a really nice homecoming win against White House Heritage. Offense got going. They won it 47-21. And now mired in a 5-game losing streak. That began against Cascade 29-22. They lost to the champs. That one again, didn't get a call late in the game. Could have gone either way. Really felt like they were coming back. We're going to have a chance to tie that game, but Cascade ends up pulling that one out 29-22. Lost to Gordonsville on the road right in this neighborhood. Gordonsville probably at that point was the best team we had seen all season.
Yeah, Gordonsville, they got a great heritage, great tradition there, and they did prove to be very, very tough, and we knew that going in. And the Rockets, I like what you said. We've played our best football against better teams this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, followed that up with a loss to Marion County, a game again, Ricky. They were right there, had a chance to go ahead 15-14. Something that plagued them throughout the year. That game especially, 14 penalties for 140 yards. Ended up costing them Marion County wins 21-12. Moore County followed that up the next week, or in 2 weeks, beat the Rockets 35-10. Passing game in Dawson White and the running of Dawson White, really tough. They're going to go a long way in single-A playoffs.
Yeah, that game, Moore County was definitely the best team that night, and that's one of the best teams we've played all year.
And then, of course, last week to finish up the regular season, went to Fayetteville and lost 39-37 on the game's final play. That's how they get to this point tonight.
Yeah, that's those skilled players for Fayetteville. I don't know anything about this team we're playing tonight, Carthage, Smith County. So we'll see how that goes as the game nears here.
Yeah, we're going to talk about how they got to this point here in just a second. Let's go ahead and take our first break of the night. We'll be back after this.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
And welcome back, folks, to TC Sports 1 coverage of Rocket playoff football here tonight. We're coming at you from Carthage, Tennessee, Smith County. Just a few minutes to go here before, less than 30 minutes before kickoff. And again, the Rockets last week, 39-37 losers at Fayetteville, but they kicked their offense up into high gear as Fletcher Fields had 12 carries last week, 12 carries for 170 yards. One of those was a 67-yard touchdown run. So Fletcher very steady on the year. Troy, as he's had a great season for these Forrest Rockets and only a freshman.
Yeah, and they have gotten, I think, consistent production out of him. They've gotten a lot of production out of Cohen Grissom, and, of course, Grissom's not going to be available tonight. He, of course, fractured his fibula, and amazingly, Ricky, we see him here.
Yes.
So that tells you something about his toughness and his want to be with this team here tonight as he, of course, will be back, but it'll be probably a few months for rehab for him before he can, but they're going to miss him here this afternoon as, of course, he was becoming a huge part of this offense.
And the play that he got injured on, the coach sent him in on purpose to pick up the first down. I think everybody, including the other team, Fayetteville, knew he was getting the football. He got it anyway and drug a couple of guys, got the first down, but got that leg up under the pile and had that season-ending injury for him.
Ricky, let's talk about the opponent tonight. Smith County, they, of course, finished first in their region. They are Region 3, and I think somewhat maybe of a surprise. They and East Robertson were picked 1 and 2. Maybe a lot of folks would give East Robertson the advantage, but it was Smith County beating East Robertson, forced 4 turnovers in that game. Of course, Isaiah Groves picked up 145 yards in that game, but Smith County's defense has been their calling card. They give up only 8.2 points per game. They gave up only 7 to East Robertson, and winning that one 14-7. They forced 4 turnovers. That's one of the things that the Rockets are going to have to avoid tonight, is that defense wants to just suffocate you, force you into turnovers, give it back to their offense, and let them work with a short field.
Yeah, we haven't seen them, of course, but it sounds like they bend, but they never break. They gave the Groves a great athlete at East Robertson. That name traditionally every year there's going to be some Groves coming at you, but they give up a little bit, but they stop you when they need to.
Smith County 8-2. Ricky, the only losses on the season, they lost to a 9-1 Macon County team in Week 5. That was 6-3, and then they lost to an unbeaten Upperman team. Upperman went 10-0 this season. Their 4A squad beat them 14-0. Other than that, they beat Gordonsville. That's the only common opponent. Beat them in Week 1, 25-19. And of course, Gordonsville beat the Rockets in Week 7, Week 8, 31-7 in that contest. So that's the only common opponent. They beat DeKalb County 21-0. Liberty Creek, they won 47-28. Beat Trousdale County 27-7. as we said, they beat East Robertson 14-7, lost to Upperman 14-0, beat Jackson County 40-0, Westmoreland 27-0, and Monterey they won 31-7. So they come in on a 3-game winning streak, and in those 3 games, they put 98 points on the board and gave up only 7. So they're having a strong finish to the season. Once again, the number that just sticks out to you off the paper, 8.2 points per game.
Yeah, I think Coach Eli knows that, and I think he mentioned that to you maybe about the defense being that strong. And the Rockets are going to have to get somebody outside, namely Fletcher Fields, and try to break that first initial group of tacklers, and maybe he can scoot down the sideline.
Ricky, physical. They're big. They're very physical. That's going to be something the Rockets are going to have to be able to try to stay with them on the line of scrimmage tonight. That's how they want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to have control. They want to push you around tonight. The Rockets are going to have to be able to control that line of scrimmage somewhat, especially offensively, to try to get the football moving. Last week, I thought their best job of really diversifying their offense. They were 8 of 10 through the air. Cantrell was 8 of 10 and had a nice game throwing the football. They went down the field a few times, threw some intermediate routes. The linebackers for Fayetteville had to stay back and stay honest. That allowed them to run the football. They've got to have a little success tonight to try to loosen that Smith County defense up.
They do. I love what you said about a balanced attack. The passing and the rushing played they hand in hand. They did a good job. I've got 336 yards on the ground for the Rockets, 124 passing. 124 is a good number for a Rocket football team. And the Rocket, I think the Rocket coaching staff had a great plan, and boy, we played good against some good teams.
And Ricky, we're going to talk a little bit about the offense for Smith County here in just a moment. They, of course, not really that high-powered, high-octane offense, but they get the job done. We'll talk about those pieces after we take a break. We'll be right back.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Rain's moving in. Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds? No. Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
And welcome back as we inch closer to game time here. First round of your TSSAA playoffs. Ricky will try to keep some score updates for you as well as region matchups. Number 1 seed, of course, Marion County in our region. Number 2 seed ended up being Fayetteville with the win last week. They get Monterey in Fayetteville tonight. The number 3 seed was Cascade. They go to East Robertson. Of course, we go here. And I'm trying to think. The 4 seed, Marion County gets who tonight? I'm trying to think right off the top of my head without looking at my sheet.
I can't help you. I'm not much help. I'm sorry.
But we'll try to keep you up to date with those. I want to talk about Smith County's offense, and there's a couple of things, and I'm really kind of intrigued by what we're going to see tonight. They've got a freshman quarterback, and he can really sling the football. Riley Martin, we watched him warm up, and he's got an effortless arm, just throws it 30, 40 yards very easily down the field. Like you said, threw for over 1,000. Got control of a really good team. We saw that last year with Ryan Hill. It's tough for a freshman quarterback to step in and perform at a high level. Hill did it last year for us. Martin has done a great job of leading this Owl offense. He's got 4 or 5 good running backs. You're going to feature Jaden Evans as your lead running back tonight. And they got a pass catcher in Wyatt Claywell that can get down the field. But, Ricky, their offense hasn't really put up a lot of points. They're averaging 23.5 points per game. And against the 2 really good defenses they played this year, and, of course, we're talking about undefeated teams. 3 against Macon County, none against Upperman. And they scored 14 against East Robertson. So, I'm really thinking, defensively, the Rocket defense has played well. Can the Rocket defense keep this Smith County offense at bay and give that Rocket offense a chance to maybe hit a big play? You've got some home run hitters on this other side. You've got an Eli Bell. You've got a Fletcher Fields that if they get outside, they can take it the distance.
It could happen. I talked to Coach today before we came over here, took him some stats from last week's game, and I said, Coach, I just got a good feeling. I said, I believe we've got some shenanigans tonight we could pull, and it could be a good night for the Rockets.
Yeah, and you really respect, you've got to respect what Smith County has done this year. I just don't walk into this matchup thinking, hey, they're going to run us off the field. And I may be totally wrong, and especially if we turn the ball over and get a lot of penalties, yeah, that could very well happen. But if you play as you played last week against Fayetteville offensively and have some success, I think you kind of like where you're at. If you play well, I think you can hang around till late in this game, and all you ask as an underdog is just to have that chance in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I've seen an uptick in the Rockets play last week, and against Marion County played well too. And I'm looking at the turnovers last week, and I wrote
a big
none
fat 0,
and
yeah,
circled it. Boy, what a great thing! And penalties were just smaller penalties and very limited, only 59 yards in penalties. Knocked that down quite a bit. Still had 1 or 2 we shouldn't have, but not a bad job on penalties and 0 turnovers.
Caden, if you'll zero in about the 30-yard line down on the right-hand side here, one thing that you're going to watch tonight, and if you can zoom in just a little bit to give us a shot there, one thing you're going to watch tonight, outside the hashes, you should be good. Middle of the field, with the drought conditions, the middle of the field's chewed up pretty good.
If it comes down for field goal kicking, I believe you'd want to be on the hash mark instead of over there, because it's all chewed up, something fierce.
Yeah, so that's one thing that the drought has done for us is the field is not in as good a condition as it normally would be. And so, like I say, if you get wide and at the speed for the Rockets, you still look like it's a pretty fast track if you can get to the outside. I think that's going to be key. Yeah. This defense, of course, as we said, you don't give up 8.2 points by not being good. You can say, hey, even if you played, 0-10 teams every week, you still give up just 8 points. That's a really good defense. I think for the Rockets tonight to win, you're going to have to hit some home runs.
Yeah, anything can happen in these playoff games. We've seen a few upsets over several years. We've been doing this a long time and seen a few of those. So anything can happen. So we'll see what happens.
I think tonight the one thing you want to do as the Rockets is you leave nothing in the playbook.
Yeah.
You come in as a 4 seed, you're thinking, hey, I'm the underdog. I'm not leaving anything. I'm going to show everything that I can possibly find outside the kitchen sink, and if I can win, I'll throw it out next week. That's the thing. I think as the underdog, you've got the advantage of, hey, if we've been saving something, if there's some look that we want to use tonight, I'm sure they're going to pull out everything they can pull out tonight.
In the past few years, we've seen the halfback pass. We haven't seen it at all this year. Now that you mentioned that, I hadn't thought about that till just now.
There's some things, I mean, you go maybe you get 4th and 2 on your side of the field, those kind of things.
Yeah.
What have you got to lose?
Yeah.
I mean, I expect tonight you come out, you want to be riverboat gambler, and, you know, somebody's going to – I'm sure people are going to disagree with you. You don't get out of your game plan. I understand that early, but I'm thinking, hey, if you're the 4 seed, you're playing the 1 seed who has a good defense, you want to get as many possessions as you can get. And, hey, if you are a couple of yards short, go for it.
If you come out and hit them in the mouth first, then the pressure's on the higher seed, the number 1 seed.
And the longer the underdog hangs in the game, the more profound that pressure gets for the favorite. So I think, you know, if you're the Rockets, you want to come out and do what you've done the last few weeks. Establish ball control, take some time off the clock, shorten the game up a little bit, and maybe possibly, you know, hit a home run or two.
Yeah.
Pull something out of the playbook, hit a home run, get ahead. Then I think the pressure becomes a little bit more on the home team.
And I'm sure they've watched. Carthage has watched our playbook and know we got the scissors play, but they may not know when it's coming.
Well, they also faked it last week with Fletcher Fields, and that worked out really well. So you may see that again tonight. Yeah. Ricky, with that being said, let's take another break. We'll be back as we get set for our national anthem and then your kickoff here from Carthage.
Town banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
And welcome back as Mr. Ricky Sweeney. Mr. Noble Mays will be joining us here in just a few moments, running a little bit behind. Mr. Peter Wilson could not be with us tonight. Mr. Jay Schillig is going to be filling in for Mr. Peter Wilson tonight, and we have Miss Caden Anderson filming for us, has done a great job. I want to commend them this year. They have really come in and done a wonderful job for us.
Yeah, they're part of that class, pride, and tradition at Forrest School that we've come to love for so many years, and we appreciate these fine young folks helping us, and they're going to go far in life, and they're so good to do this, and they got a lot of talent, and we like to see talented kids succeed.
Boy, they have. We just continue to be amazed at the things that they can do, and we're grateful that they can. So we appreciate them, and hopefully if you see them out, tell them that you've appreciated the contributions they've made this year. Of course, we always appreciate our sponsors. Had another wonderful year with people stepping up, helping us, allowing us to give some back to the school as well. We enjoy doing that, and tonight, of course, ended up having to pay the $750. That's the big thing every year. Coming to the playoffs, end up having to pay those TSSAA broadcast fees.
Folks at home, I'm going to go out on the political side here. Say something to your congressmen or senators, or I don't know if I'm saying that right, but representatives, and see if you can help us with the TSSAA and changing maybe those high costs that we have to incur to bring the games back to you folks, our faithful listeners and our faithful sponsors back home.
Man, we have just been humbled as we have been this year at the support that we have gotten, the viewership, and we certainly appreciate it. Do not take that in the least bit for granted, and for us, we're just going to try to get better each and every year. Kind of added a few things this year. We want to make sure we try to add to that next year as well.
And we look across the way. We don't see a lot of Rocket fans here. Of course, the long trip, and we think that your folks are watching it back home, and we do appreciate that.
Yeah, and Ricky, we commented just a few minutes ago, for it to be a first-round home playoff game, they're not what you would call just a ton of fans here at Smith County.
Yeah, it's very sparse on this side over here as well. Sure is.
And we've still got about 10 minutes before we kick, but you would have thought maybe a few more seats would begin to fill in. Let's take another break, and then we'll be back as we get set for your kickoff here from Carthage.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
And your national anthem from the Smith County Marching Band as we inch closer to kick time here in Carthage. Ricky, it is a cool and crisp evening. No chance of rain on the horizon. It will be a very nice evening for football.
Yeah, it is. It's the weatherman has definitely cooperated here tonight. And again, probably got a lot of folks watching tonight. We thank you for that. And settle back and enjoy it. Hope the Rockets can come up with the upset here tonight from Carthage.
Turning the page back, Ricky, this is old school. This is stadium. Still has the concrete bleachers. You've got the setting here where it's kind of dropped into a little bit of a bowl. It reminds you of those 60s, 70s, 80s kind of stadiums that we grew up in.
Yeah, it seems like we're in Pulaski. They've got one over there, I think.
You know, yeah, it is kind of reminiscent of that. Really nice atmosphere here tonight.
Kind of the same colors, kind of the gold and black and stuff. And looks like Pulaski.
Rockets, of course, will be decked out in their white tonight, and Smith County will be decked out in the black and the gray jerseys tonight as they get set, both teams, to make their way onto the field here. Smith County, of course, the 1 seed. They will be the favorites here this evening. Rockets, of course, coming in as the 4 seed. But once again, Ricky, they have played very well 2 of the last 3 games. Well enough to win against Marion, well enough to win against Fayetteville. Moore County, really, that game came out, and I think probably the only time other than, I'm going to say the 2 single-A teams probably dominated the Rockets more than any team this year. They controlled the line of scrimmage in that contest. But other than that, I think the Rockets have had some good signs and some good things happen to them late in the season. It's just been cleaning up the penalties, cleaning up some of the things that they've done turnover-wise. Last week, I felt like, and we talked about it, you scored 37 points. Most of the time, you're going to win with 37 points, and especially the way this defense had played throughout the season. So you got to feel like they come in here tonight and say, hey, you know what? We played well. Let's duplicate that offensive effort, see what our defense can do tonight, and put it out all on the field.
I'm sure that Smith County, Carthage here, coaching staff has prepared. But when you put a little bit of doubt into somebody's mind, like they've noticed that the Rockets might have been playing good. So if those players know that the Rockets have been playing pretty good, then you never know about that mental aspect of high school football.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have any reason here tonight to think. I mean, them being a 4 seed, you don't normally think, hey, we're gonna win this football game. You're heavily the underdog tonight, and I may be totally wrong, and if I am, but I just really think that they're going to come out and play well here tonight. I'm not calling for the upset right now, but I think they're going to be in this ball game in the second half.
Yeah, I think so too, and mental is going to be just as important as physical tonight. In the start of this game, in the middle of the game, and then toward the end of the game.
I think too. I mean, we saw Cohen Grissom make his way over on the sideline. He wanted to be here tonight. They saw what he put into the effort last week, and he's really one of those guys that, with his running style, just got the fan base energized. He's here tonight. He's like, man, I'm going to support you guys, and they've got to be like, hey, man, what he went through, he's had surgery this week. He's here. We better leave it on the field for him.
When those other guys see him over there on the sidelines, not expecting him maybe to be there, that can put a little charge in them as well.
Yeah, captains for tonight for Smith County. It's going to be number 50. That's going to be Ty Martin. Also 54 tonight, that'll be Landon Butler. 63, who will be Seth Barnhart. And 79, who is going to be Braxton Searcy. Smith County decked out in those gold football pants tonight, gray jerseys and black numerals for the Rockets. They're decked out in their whites tonight with the blue numerals and the white helmets. And let's see, looks like Luke Swihart will be one of the captains tonight. Landon Groenveld and Niles Taylor for the Rockets here this evening as we get set for our coin toss. Ricky just looks like throwback. You see the Rockets walking around the fence outside to make their way onto the field. It just does have that 80s, 90s feel to it.
It certainly does, and I'm thinking the Rockets got something up tonight. Hope you folks enjoy this game and see what we're feeling here.
Referee is giving out the instructions as you can see the coin toss about to take place. Smith County 8-2, undefeated in their region play. Rockets come in at 4-6, 1-3 in region play. Mr. Noble Mays about to make his way in here. Let him get adjusted here. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm glad to be able to join you all.
Hey, Noble.
Hello there, Mr. Sweeney.
Let's see, and the coin toss. If you're the Rockets, Smith County has won it. They've deferred. Rockets will get the football first. And, fellas, if I'm the Rockets, I wanted the football first.
Every chance you get.
Certainly after that campaign that they put on last week, offense was electric. So you certainly want to bring that back out here tonight.
Yeah, and we talked about it. You have to control your turnovers, your penalties tonight. They did that last week, and we saw the result of it. If they can do that here, that's what me and Ricky have been talking about. I just really got a feeling that they're going to be in this game late.
And we've all had the feeling all season, maybe 2 games excluded from this conversation, but the defense has kept them in all the games. But what we seen last week, all 3 phases of special teams, offense, and defense, if they play like that tonight, this will be a contest that Smith County didn't expect to have.
And that is exactly what we are hoping as the white-clad Rockets make their way onto the field here in Carthage. Home standing Owl crowd getting set to welcome the Smith County Owls onto the field as well. And once again, Noble, it's a kind of a quiet atmosphere here tonight. Hadn't been a lot of noise here tonight.
Hoopla.
Yeah,
hardly any.
I really feel like everybody's listening to us do the broadcast. It's that quiet in here, you know?
It is pretty quiet, but I will tell you this, guys. There's a lot of folks that are pouring into the parking lot now. So if you take a scan over this crowd here, it will fill up in about the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Little fireworks show here tonight as the Owls make it onto the field. Little glare of the train horn as well welcomes the number 1 seed from Region 3 onto the field here as we get set for this matchup. It is a cool and crisp football evening, exactly what you would expect if you love the game of football this time of year. Beautiful round 1 weather as we get set to get this one underway. Rockets are going to get the football first. They're going to send triple F, the electric Fletcher Fields, as we talked about. 172 yards on the ground, a couple of long touchdown runs, 67 and 29 last week. Well, actually, it's going to be Villazon deep to receive. Fields along that second line is it's going to be number 74 who will get us underway. That's going to be Javier Gasper, the 6'4" senior. And he's not your typical kicker build. He is listed at 6'4", 345 in your program. I don't think he's 345, maybe 245.
And I guess as soon as he gets through kicking, he'll get in at defensive tackle or something, nose guard or something, right?
He would definitely have a reason to do so, yes. Approaches, and this one is underway. Kick will be returnable. Bell fumbles it, now finds it at the 5. Looking for running room. 10 slides his way out to about the 12 and gets hit hard at that point. Looked like 10.
Number 6, William Bell picks up 6 yards on
Peyton
the return.
Hicks on the tackle for Smith County, and the Rocket offense now will get it underway. Last week, Nova, we talked about how well they played, and one of the things that they did so well was Aiden Cantrell throwing the football on those intermediate routes. He was 8 of 10, really kept the defense at bay. They're going to have to do that here tonight.
Played a complete game, T. Roy, and again, we've talked about it all season. As you said, keeping the defense kind of guessing on their heels so they can't get a lot in the box there. So if they can continue to keep them light in the box, maybe 6 or 7, it opens up the field for Cantrell to have success.
See the size up front as they turn and pitch. Here comes Fields. Gets the corner. Fields cuts inside, back outside, across the 25, out to the 27, a gain of 15. It was well blocked on the corner on that right side, and that's what we talked about, Noble. It's a fast track tonight outside the hash marks. So if you can get Fields there, put the pressure on the defense, that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
And I tell you what, also the doctor ordered, T. Roy, I don't want you to get away from it in your broadcast either. We got to continue to apply pressure with the passing game. You said 10 passes attempts last week. If we can get 15 tonight, I think it'll be successful.
Rockets will shift it around. G-Square now ends up wing left. They're going to run that way with Fields again. Gets hit hard by a swarming Owl defense. That was a little slow to develop. Loss of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13. But again, Noble, you see the game plan here early. They want to try to get wide against Smith County, who is huge up front.
And that means the Owls did their homework. T. Roy, scouting report. They went back and looked at film. We've seen the success that they were able to have with Fletcher Fields, particularly going wide side last week.
But as you said, this is where you want to keep it honest with the passing game. 2nd down and 13 now as the backs are split. They're going to put those 2 men in motion again. Roll right, looking, got a receiver. Pass incomplete as it was intended for Liam Bell. May have been just a hair behind him. It lost it. It'll be 3rd down now, but again, well executed. They had 2 receivers in the pattern, 1 down the field at the 1st down marker, 1 in Bell just underneath. Bell was more open. Cantrell dumped it out, and that's what they're going to have to do tonight.
T. Roy, well designed, not well executed. So, and it was there, and exactly what we needed. That would have easily been a 3rd down and about 4, because not only Liam Bell would have caught that ball in the middle of the sticks, Liam Bell has the capacity to be able to get upfield and maybe pick up 2 additional yards.
Villazon now wide right with single coverage. And this one will get stopped before it gets started. I think this one's going to be on the Rockets. Yep, illegal procedure on Forrest. It'll back them up 5 more, and this is what you don't want, behind the sticks at 3rd and 18.
You certainly don't. And Troy, I want you to be real clear. We started off very successful on the first play from scrimmage, and then after that it's just kind of gone backwards. So you take a loss, particularly on that 2nd run we had there, and now the drop pass, and now this penalty here, and you put yourself in an awkward situation.
Yeah, I think you need to get Noble, if you don't pick up the 1st down here, get 10 or so yards to give yourself a little more room to punt and maybe flip field position as Cantrell rolls. Got some heat, flips it out. Pass is caught by Villazon. He'll be out of bounds at about the 26, 27-yard line. It'll still be well short of his 1st down, but did pick up 7-8 yards, gives him a little more room to punt.
And I'll tell you what, it also has 2 pass attempts. And so keep in mind, I think the magic number over or under certainly be somewhere around 12, but I would love to see 15 pass attempts.
G-Square now will settle in to punt in the absence of his brother Cohen, who is actually here tonight, and happy to see him be able to get out after his surgery on Wednesday. G-Square angles the punt away. It will bounce and take a roll, be down at about the 42-yard line, where the Owls will take over with 10:31 left here, opening quarter. And Noble on the punt. That was a 31-yard punt.
Yes, it was. And you've seen the 3 white jerseys down there. You certainly want to negate the ability for the Owls to return it. That was Brendan Haynes down in it. But I also want to repeat, there was 3 white jerseys around there, and you certainly want to be able to get down there and not allow the Owls to be able to return the punt.
At home, you watch. See the size up front. This is where the Rockets are going to have to be able to excel against this big, big offensive line. The freshman Martin at the controls he'll give, coming straight up the middle, bounding forward across the midfield stripe into Rocket territory is number 3, Ethan Madewell. Madewell will pick up 8 on first down, and Noble, nothing fancy about that. They just used those big guys and blew a big hole for him up front.
As you said, T-Roy, nothing fancy about it. And I'll tell you what, number 74, you talked about it, Javier Gasper, right?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. He is your center there. So number 74, we knew he would be on the line somewhere.
Second down and a short 2. Rockets creep close to the line of scrimmage, back to the ground game again, and inching forward across the 45 down to about the 43 is Madewell again.
They're making it simple, T-Roy. Javier Gasper again, right there at the center. Him and the guard on the left side. They're getting quite a push.
Again, we talked about that massive front for Smith County. Could the Rockets hold up physically up front? Right now, first couple of plays, that Owl offensive line has really been good, paving the way for Madewell. First down and 10 at the Rocket 43. Out of the gun is Riley. Quick throw, left side, got a blocker over there. 40, cut back 35, 30, and spun out of bounds by Fletcher Fields.
T-Roy, I'm not easily impressed, but I'll tell you what. There we were talking about Javier Gasper being the center. Now they have Braxton Searcy, number 79, play center. They moved the ball over 2 spots, and they turned Javier into a tackle.
That was the pass. We talked about Wyatt Claywell being one of Martin's favorite receivers. Goes to him early. Got a great block on the corner to get him freed up one-on-one. Fields makes a quite possibly touchdown-saving tackle. It's at the Rocket 30 now. Snap. A little bit of difficulty there. Madewell ends up with it, but loses a yard on the play. So second down and 11.
I'll tell you what, the alignment for the Owls, it's going to be quite a work. I don't know how much film they had an opportunity to study.
No, defensively, the Rockets can do some different things. Coach Bridges will use some blitzes, use some other different tactics to try to get some pressure. Did so there.
And we seen a lot of that last week. We talked about it, taking the fight straight to him. Very successful last week in doing so.
Second and 11. Martin out of the gun. Give. Up the middle. A gash there and to the end zone for the touchdown. They got a great block at the line of scrimmage, and once Madewell got past that initial wave of Rockets, it was Katie Barbador.
And T-Roy, they talk about it all the time. Getting to the second level and third level, there was no defender there at the second level. No one filled the hole, T-Roy. Once he got through that initial line of scrimmage, it was simply a case of could you catch him before he got into the end zone.
Simple job up front. Nice trap block as they made a great hole up front for Madewell. Once he got through, he didn't have to have 4.4 speed. It was green grass, or now yellow grass in front of him as he scores the touchdown. 6-0 here as they take less than 2 minutes for the game's first score. Snap is not good, but the holder did a good job of getting it around, and the kick for the extra point by Gaspar is good, and with 8:39 left here, opening quarter, it's 7-0 Smith County.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
And welcome back. Ethan Madewell from 31 yards out with the game's first score. 7-0 Smith County, 8:39 left here opening quarter. Not a position the Rockets want to be in. They're not a great come-from-behind team. They don't want Smith County to get too far out in front of them. As on the return, Liam Bell trying to use his wedge, gets up to about the 25-yard line where the Rockets will take over there.
Owls do a fairly decent job of lane assignment on the kickoff there, T-Roy. Not going to be a lot of gaps in there for Liam Bell to be able to find.
That's the one thing Coach Stevenson talked to me about, was just how disciplined in all phases Smith County was. He said they're a very, very solid, well-coached team.
Let's think about it. We seen on offense they're getting a line push, and we seen right there on the kick return, 2 of the 3 phases they got checked.
Fake the pitch, rolling right, Cantrell. He is in all kinds of trouble and gets slung down back at about the 12-yard line. Noble, nobody to throw to, and the defenders just kept pouring in. If you're Cantrell there, maybe just get rid of it to avoid the loss.
And I tell you what, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Ryan Martin, number 12, on that tackle there, and he did an excellent job making sure that he was going to keep contained on the outside that time, and he kind of broke down to make sure Cantrell was not going to be able to release it. Maybe situation here, T-Roy, got to play it safe.
Little confusion at the line of scrimmage. That didn't go well as they're going to lose another couple of yards here. And Noble, we said they had to play well here early, avoid the mistakes, play like they did last week, and I felt like they'd be in this game. So far, that hasn't been the case. Smith County's come out and kind of dictated to the Rockets here early.
Couldn't tell who the carrier was on that time.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Cantrell was forced to keep it. There miscommunication back there, Mr. Sweeney. And I think Cantrell soon realized that somebody went the wrong direction or something happened there with the snap or something, but Cantrell kept that one.
3rd and 24. They got to get a play off. They were late getting the play call in. Play clock at 6.
They're not going to get this one off, T-Roy. Timeout.
They're going to have to burn a timeout. Not what they wanted to see here early. Rockets forced to burn a timeout with 7:04 left here opening quarter in a 7-0 game.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigo's Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Orton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
And welcome back as 3rd down and 24 now turns into 3rd and 19 as the Owls were offside. So 3rd and 19 now for the Rockets. Ball placed down at about the 16-yard line. And Noble, Smith County's been very impressive here early. They have used their physicality up front, both offensively and defensively, to really frustrate the Rockets here early. After that initial 15-yard gain by Fields, Rockets haven't got a lot done offensively.
Simplicity is what comes to my mind, T-Roy. You got a size advantage. They simply just utilizing it. So they're not complicating things at all. They got some big boys on both sides of the line, and they're getting a heavy push on offense, but they're doing a fine job on defense as well, getting a nice push.
Yeah, just once again where you do not want to be. 3rd down and 19. They weren't behind the sticks last week much at all, Noble. They were in those positions where it was 2nd and 6, 2nd and 4. There weren't any positions really where I remember maybe a couple that they were third and plus 10.
Yes, indeed. And this right here, T. Roy, this 3rd and 19, as you said there, I think you just simply have to play this safe, and you'll find yourself punting again. So you're going to need Grissom to get off, Gavin to get off a nice little punt. And certainly got to go down there and field it again. Got to play a more solid defense, but this is going to be a safe play here, T. Roy.
I'm afraid you're right. Back to his right, 2 receivers in the pattern is he's going to throw quick. Pass caught, little shake and bake, but there were 3 Owls right there with the receiver. And still be about 11, 12 yards shy of his first down will be Villazon. It'll bring up 4th down and another punt.
Yes, indeed. And you alluded to it a couple times, T. Roy. They playing behind the sticks. And again, had that one big play from Fletcher Fields on the opening play. And ever since then, they just kind of been playing behind.
Twin safeties deep to receive this G-square punt. Snaps good, gets it out of there. High, long, end over ender taken at the 40. Gets hit, bounces off the first would-be tackler, stays on his feet. Outside and brought down at about the midfield stripe. And let's see who got over there. That was a good hustle on the sideline. Was that?
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on the play there, T. Roy, but I thought I seen
that Blake Moore, 57.
I thought I seen number 45 also. Yes, indeed. I think Monreal. Giovanni, Giovanni there. And I tell you what, there were 2 white jerseys initially who had an opportunity to get him, T. Roy, right around the 40-yard line, but they didn't bring him down, and he was successful in picking up a positive 10.
I think it may have been Blake Moore. I thought I saw 57 maybe that got him out of bounds. But Smith County back to work. Martin, quick throw, pass caught. Center of the field, gets away from a couple of would-be tacklers, still roaming free, and finally taken down at the 31, and another quick throw from Martin. He just threw it to number 10, Peyton Hicks, who hooked up here over the right side. Once he got it, Rockets didn't get on him very quickly. He got to the middle of the field, picked up about 10 or 12 more, and now it's another Smith County first down at the Rocket 31.
Supposed to be an advantage for the Rockets anytime you can force him back inside, T. Roy, but he was elusive on the interior.
They spread it out this time. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right as they go back to the ground game. Just picking his way through a hole, staying on his feet, churning across the 25 down to about the 23 once again is Madewell. And Noble, as you said, simplicity
down to the 22-yard line
as they're just running, using those big guys and just pushing forward and making just enough of a crease at the back and get through.
And I'll tell you how simple it is, T. Roy. Look at it. Look how big the center is, and look how big both guards are, T. Roy. They running everything interior. Watch the interior run here, T. Roy.
Madewell already 53 yards on the ground. This time they're going to get everybody in tight power set straight up the middle. But that time the Rockets respond. They sent the freshman Jason Patrick, and he had a great game last week, lived in that Fayetteville backfield. Here gets through untouched and takes the back down. It's still 3rd down now.
As you said, untouched. Patrick in there untouched. And that's simply what the Rockets are going to have to do, T. Roy. You talked about it. Coach Bridges dialing up a couple blitz last week. They're going to have to take the fight to the Owls because that interior play that the Owls are having, running right off the center and right off the guards. Patrick did a fine job, as you said. Beat his block, got in there untouched.
I don't think a whole lot of mystery here. 2 down territory, 3rd down and a long 1. Out of the gun, Madewell to his right, gets it straight up the middle. Tries to power forward, but there were a lot of white jerseys there, and he gets stopped short of the first down.
Yes, indeed, T. Roy. I tell you what, you got number 6 there, Liam Bell. You got number 16, Bryce Tanksley. And I tell you what, the Owls have decided that they're going to use those big bodies they have there, and they're not deviating from the right off the center there, T. Roy. But I tell you what, Rockets understand that they want to go straight up the gut, and the Rockets are bringing pressure right off the center.
Noble, they're vulnerable to the pass game right now because they're having to sell out to the run. Let's see if Smith County tries to go over the top.
They're vulnerable off tackle as well because everything's been going up the center.
Out of the gun, they're going to fake, try to go down the field. Here comes the pressure, and Martin gets dumped. No, he did not go down, and they just dropped 6. Oh, Reggie Pearson looked up just a second to see how far he was going to have to go and saw it scoop through his fingertips.
I can answer it for you, Reggie Pearson. You were going to have to go about 74 yards, my man. Is exactly the answer you were going to go. But I tell you what, the only question that Reggie actually had to have, if one of those two wide receivers who went out in the pattern was going to be able to catch him, how far was he going to go? I don't think Reggie was going to have to go all 74. But the question was, how far was Reggie going to make it?
But Noble, really surprisingly, and that's where maybe sometimes a freshman tries to do too much. He tried to get rid of it, probably would have been better off just to take the sack. But at any rate, the Rockets are going to take over after being 2nd and 2. They, on 3 possessions, stopped them. But here, Fletcher Fields get hammered right at the line of scrimmage.
I don't want
penetration. Noble, by number 12. That was Ryan Martin.
No, I apologize to you, T-Roy. I don't want to lose sight. I know we're on offense and we're talking about offense, but let's not lose sight of the fact that the Owls have been very successful right up the gut, and they had 2 plays where they tried to be successful, and the Rockets shut that down.
If you're going to stay in the game as the dog, you've got to have plays like that. Now can the offense turn that momentum into some points? 2nd and 10, pitch, here comes Triple F, looking to the right side of the field, and he sees a host of gray jerseys. Noble, the one thing about that play is it took a little too long to set up. There was more flow to that side by the time he got the pitch. There were a lot of gray jerseys clogging up any running lanes already.
The edge, he was not going to be able to get to the edge, but I'll tell you what, you want to take your hat off to Fletcher Fields. He knew he would not be able to get to the edge, so he was looking for a little crease, a little cutback.
Noble, they have flowed so well to the ball. Is this the time maybe you go reverse at some point to try to keep them honest?
I tell you what, now they've been very successful at running a little counter where Gavin Grissom has been able to come back.
3rd and 12, looking to throw. Here comes the pressure pass down the field, incomplete. Over the head of the intended target, Jesse Lindemann, at about the 30-yard line, and it'll be Gavin Grissom come in to punt again.
Another case of coach designing the play, just not well executed, T-Roy. That little misdirection. They were going to bring Cantrell back this way, but also a little miscommunication as well. A little mix-up in the backfield.
Noble, he had a clear passing lane last week. He has not had that luxury this week.
No, the Owls are doing a fine job of covering laterally.
Grissom, they almost got that one, but G-Square got it out. High punt, hangs, and a fair catch will be called for at about the 47-yard line.
Fair catch called for on the 47-yard line.
Noble, once again, G-Square got a good high punt out of there. Forced the fair catch, and Smith County will take over with 2:01 left here opening quarter, leading at 7-0.
That's worth focusing on, T-Roy. G-Square got to make sure that he continue to keep that height on the ball. It's going to be critical because you got to get those white jerseys down there, and a fair catch, that's a win for the Rockets.
Noble, right now, though, you're not taking up very much time offensively at all. That offense is not staying out there very long.
Also, Owls are winning in the field position game as well, T-Roy.
On 1st down. Give Madewell looking to come left. Bounces it outside now, midfield stripe. And Fields will get there, hold him up, and get some help. But a 5-yard gain. And really, Noble, Madewell looked like he said, you know what, I'm going to go inside. Then he kind of bounced it outside. I think everyone was surprised he didn't turn it up.
Well, what he was surprised of is how he was defended, T-Roy. So he just adjusted to the defense. Defense was not very aggressive towards him. So as a result of that, he said, thank you. I'll go ahead and pick up half of a 1st down right here.
I'm looking at a one-dimensional offense right now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, 8 carries, 58 yards now for Madewell as they operate again from the gun. Looking pass is caught, as it will be in Rocket territory at the 45-yard line. Number 6, Key Harris, the senior, with the catch. Only picks up a yard, maybe 2. It'll still be 3rd down, and we'll call it about 3.
And T-Roy, I don't know if the Owls will actually do it, but again, we talked about all the success they had right up the gut. Again, if they ever go off tackle, that may be a problem for us. Matter of fact, off tackle is where they scored that touchdown.
3rd down, out of the gun. Rockets creeping close. Give up the middle. Madewell gets hit at the 45. He's trying to push his way forward. He'll get to the 44, still be a yard shy of his 1st down, and to bring up another 4th down decision here for the Owls.
I don't think it's much of a decision, T-Roy. You've been having success with those big bodies. You just line up and go for it again, T-Roy.
Clock moving, and they may not have to run another play here. They will not. 18 seconds left. Do they want to get this one off here? Do they want to talk about it between quarters?
They're going to try to draw them offside, T-Roy. They're not going to run it.
10 seconds left. They will go up the middle, off tackle and picking up his first down to about the 40. William Bell able to stand Madewell up, but not before he picks up 4 and a Smith County first down, as that will end this first quarter of play here in Carthage. 1 in the books here with your score. It's the Smith County Owls 7 and the Forrest Rockets nothing.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
And we get set to begin this second quarter here. Smith County scores on a 31-yard Ethan Madewell run. They lead it 7-0 as Martin back to throw. Looks downfield, got a man back there wide open. Catch and score. We talked about how well he could throw the football, and effortlessly he slung it down the field. He had a man streaking down the hash, just laid it up there, let his receiver run under it for the score.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. If I'm not mistaken, that's number 15, T-Roy. Yes. Number 15, wide, Claywell. Only 2 wide receivers running route. One run a 15-yard in, and Claywell, he happened to run a post route, a deep post route that time. And I don't know exactly if we were looking in the backfield or maybe they kind of lulled those to sleep with all them run plays they had thus far.
He's the favorite target for Martin, and Martin, that was an extremely well-thrown football. Laid it up there, allowed his receiver to run right underneath it.
Had a nice touch on it, T-Roy.
Point after try, snap, a little high, Holder got it down again, and this one no good. 11:52 left here, second quarter, your new score, Owls 13, Rockets nothing.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Big, solid, well-executed play calling by Smith County right now. They are, as the 1 seed, doing what a 1 seed's supposed to do, winning a football game 13-0.
Fundamentally sound. I think they got 1 penalty on defense and the bad play by the quarterback throwing the ball.
Short kick. This one's going to hit and will be trouble. Smith County getting down there, and they may have it.
We got 1 white jersey who has a chance at it, and he got it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, T-Roy. That's the only chance we had right there. Number 28, T-Roy. I think that is
Chris Robar. Downs the kick on the
Robar?
Yeah.
Chris Robar, yes, indeed.
He is able to get it amongst a lot of Owls that were sliding in there, and the Rockets take over at their own 38-yard line. 11:49 left here, second quarter in Carthage, as the Owls have kind of come out here and thrown the first couple of haymakers. And now can the Rockets respond?
Best field position we've had all night. We don't have it heels on the goal line.
Man in motion, G square. He's going to get it coming left. Tried to cut it back inside, and there were a lot of owls that time. Noble, they've got their linebackers wide right there, and it's almost like they were waiting on that one.
Yes, indeed. Again, film study, T-Roy. The plays that you're talking about, we were highly successful at those last week, and they just spent some time all week looking at the plays.
The one thing they are leaving right now, if you look, the slant is open. They're leaving from that hash down. That's open.
You got to run. You got to run pass plays for that to be open, though.
Back to throw. Cantrell looking, giving ground. He's got to get rid of it. Does so. Pass caught. Fields with it. Fields now looking to get outside. Fletcher with it at the 40. It's a foot race. 45. Fields turns the corner at midfield and picks up his first down. That was a wild scramble by Cantrell. He threw it. Fletcher Fields picked it off his shoe tips and took it down the sideline for a first down.
Fletcher Fields picked that one up, as you said, scooped it up, almost like the immaculate catch there, T-Roy. Scooped it up before it could touch the ground right at the hash, and he's seen a wall of white jerseys. I think I counted 4 myself.
Boy, I was getting excited because I thought he might be able to take it the distance, but he does pick up his first down.
It tells you how fast this Owls defense is, and they had an angle as well.
Fields on the inside scissor. G square trying to drag some tacklers with him. He'll pick up a nice gain on first down of 5. That's where you want to be.
I tell you what, here's what G square did that was successful. He cut it back. He did not take the play where it was designed to go because he was smart enough to realize that was not a successful route. So he just put on the brakes, planted that right foot, great cutback.
Approaching the 10-minute mark left here in the second quarter. 13-0 Owls here, as the Rockets mounting their best offensive surge of the evening here. They've got it into Owl territory for the first time at the 45. Cantrell on 2nd and 5. He'll roll right. Looking, got a man there. Pass caught. Villazon. He gets horse-collared a little bit there, high, taken down at about the 39-yard line where he'll pick up his first down.
Excellent route by Villazon, T-Roy. Villazon went right around the 41-yard, the 39-yard line. He planted his foot, did a little silhouette that time, and rolled right out into the flat. He forced the defender to get on his heels as though he was going to run a go route.
That's what you've got to have. That's what they did well last week, those intermediate pass plays that softened it up for the running game.
And I tell you what, let's take a hat off to number 12, Cantrell, for putting the ball right in the pocket of Villazon.
This time they're going to line up power set, go to the back to the ground game with Liam Bell, and he gets hit hard, as I think they're going to say his knee is down at about the 38-yard line.
In the backfield that time, T-Roy, real quick that time. I think that was Paxton Hicks, number 52. He got in the backfield way too fast for my liking, T-Roy. Somebody got to put some shoulder pads on that young man because Liam Bell, he had the opportunity to be able to get to the edge if somebody would have blocked Hicks.
Yeah, he had a little running room that time, but Hicks made a nice individual stop there. It's that 2nd and 9 now for the Rockets. Under 9 left here, second quarter. Clock ticking, 8:40 here, as the Rockets now will spread it out. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 1 back for Cantrell. That's Bell to his right as he'll look to throw. Swings it quickly in the flat. Fletcher Fields, and Fields had 2 defenders draped all over him as he gets escorted out of bounds. Rocket crowd didn't like it. They wanted a flag. Felt like he got a little extra treatment out of bounds there.
Yeah, a little jostling going on over there, T-Roy. That was quite a bit to ask of Fletcher Fields. He was out there, one with no blocker. No blocker, okay? And he was out there out by himself. Ball thrown to him. You're asking him to shake 2 defenders that time. That was going to be kind of difficult, particularly with the way this Owls defense have played thus far.
Now 3rd down and 8 here for the Rockets. And Noble, I got a feeling this is 2-down territory for me right here.
I tell you what, T-Roy, I had that feeling at the 50-yard line, and usually I'm hesitant to get that fast.
3 receivers to the right as Cantrell rolls that way. Dumps it down the sideline. Pass is caught. Nicely done. Eli Bell stays in bounds and picks up his first down at the Owl 25-yard line. And Noble, they have found something here early in the passing game.
They found what I asked for, T-Roy. I told you the over-under was 12, my man. If they can give me 15, that'll be successful. I told you early on what it was, T-Roy.
Yeah, I really felt like they were going to have to be, as they were last week, spread out the defense a little bit to give that ground game a chance. They're at the 25 now, first down with under 8 left here, second quarter.
Now, how many times have you heard me tell Mr. Sweeney, now the run game is open for Liam Bell. Watch this softness in the middle of the field.
Cantrell, they go to the ground game. Bell trying to get wide, turns it back up, and good support that time. That was number 10, Peyton Hicks, who came up and filled the hole, takes Bell down for no gain, 2nd and 10.
I tell you what, take your hat off to the Owls that time, T-Roy, because I promise you, I thought that was advantage Rockets because they had them spread out on defense, and I thought it was a little soft in the box that time. I like Liam Bell's chances, but take your hat off to the Owls that time.
2nd down and 10 now. Fields will go wide left. Tankersley wide right. 2 receivers to each side. Empty backfield as they'll sling it out. Pass is incomplete. That was number 2, Jermaine Kaysen, getting there just as the football did to knock it away from Triple F, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. And that time it was kind of close. As you said, Jermaine Kaysen coming up, planted his foot, and he come back hard that time towards Fletcher Fields. Fletcher Fields going to have to kind of come back towards the ball that time because I wasn't sure who was going to get to the ball quicker or not, Kaysen or Fields.
Well, they're really coming hard. Is this, if you got time, if you have time, can you pump fake, go down the field?
And they call that a double move, T-Roy. I like your concept, my man, but hey, you did say if they do have time.
3rd down and 10. Cantrell rolling, looking, dumps it short. Fields just trying to get what he can. Turns up field, gets it to the 20. It'll bring up now 4th down, and we'll call it a long 5.
Pass complete to Fields.
Well, they'll back it up to about the 21. 4th and 6 here.
Brought down by number 10, Peyton Hicks.
How often have you heard me say this? I want to pass, T-Roy. I want to pass. I don't care if everybody all right, they're going to look like they're going to bring on the field goal team, T-Roy.
I don't know, man. I understand trying to get points on the board, but how many times do you get down here? Right now, defensively, you haven't been able to solve their riddle yet. You got to get points on the board. It's touchdowns, not field goals.
I wanted to pass. I told you what I wanted. I'm on record saying it.
From the 27, this will be a 37-yard try. Timing is off as the snap was high, and Smith County will take over. That one never had a chance. Timing was way off as the snap was high. By the time Cantrell had it down, Grissom was ready to boot it, and Smith County was right on top of him. So turnover here, gives it back. I don't know, man. As a 4 seed right here, I'm like, I know you want to get some points on the board, but I don't think field goals do you any good right here.
T-Roy, you and I tell you what, it's not usually the first half where you and I can meet in the middle. So I'm going to go on and tell you, my man, I made my mind up once it got 13-0 and they got the ball across midfield. I made my mind up. It was 4 down territory.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Smith County takes back over. Now can the defense get a stop? 6:04 left here, second quarter. Back to the ground game and right up the middle again. As it looks like Lindemann will make the stop. And that's Madewell one more time.
7 yards.
I tell you what, unfortunately, you done made that young man a household name, T-Roy. You're talking to the wrong household. Tired of hearing Maywell's name, but he's having quite a night. And by the time this is over, Mr. Ricky Sweeney, he's going to give us some whopping number of how many carries he done had, and we won't be surprised by how many yards, though.
Madewell. It's Madewell for this game. His running style right up the middle behind those big guys. He just plows forward, puts that head down. He'll pick up his first down, stay on his feet as they do a little tush push, take him across the 40 out to about the 42.
I tell you what, T-Roy, what this reminds me of, and I promise you, I hadn't seen this in high school sports, high school football in well over 5 years. How many times have you seen a team have not only a feature back, but continue to run the ball? I hadn't seen this in years. They always want to spread the ball around, but this young man here, it's real clear he's going to get 30-plus carries tonight.
This time they'll spread them out a little bit as they'll go back to the ground game, just tucking that thing under and trying to get what he can. Madewell. Rockets can't bring him down as he gets away across the 45 out to about the 49. Patrick Fields in on the stop, but once again, Madewell broke free from the initial tackler and got a good gain on first down. He'll pick up 7.
I tell you what, in the scouting report here, they got him listed at 5'11", 195, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I don't think he's 5'11", but he's very well might be 195.
You're right.
He very well might be 195, but he's not 5'11".
He's kind of like Hughes was last week. He's that guy that he doesn't have great speed, but he's just going to keep coming right at you. On second down. This time, Rocket defense gets there. Liam Bell and Patrick again on the stop. As it'll be third down now. May have lost a yard or two. Third down, we'll call it about 3rd and 4 here.
I tell you what, we got to stay honest though, T-Roy. You remember they got somewhere around midfield last time, and I don't know if we were looking in the backfield or whatever, but they kind of lulled us to sleep. Keep an eye on the pass attempt.
One-on-one, top of your screen. As Martin hooks up quickly, trying to get back to that stick, and Eli Bell does a really nice job. He closed very quickly as he got it to Claywell, and Claywell trying to turn up and get his first down, I think will be denied.
I'm with you, T-Roy. He was short. Unless he gets a great spot, he was short. And I'll tell you what, Claywell came back to the ball. He just happened to come too far upfield that time.
Did.
He had a lot of work cut out. But, again, take your hat off. Who made the tackle over there, T-Roy?
Eli Bell did a really nice job. It's 4th down now in less than a yard. Smith County's going to line up here to go for it.
Look at the lineman, T-Roy. I wasn't expecting shotgun.
Who's at safety? Move him down.
Go back to the ground game, pick up the first down and more. As across the 45 and the 40 down to about the 39. And let's see who was that on the pickup. It was not Madewell that time.
You're going to get Jaden Evans, T-Roy, number 5. And I think Mr. Sweeney was the one who whispered in my ear. He hadn't seen him very often. But I tell you what, after that, Mr. Sweeney, he'll probably be good for about 10 touches tonight because he certainly is deserving of some more touches.
He's been the leading ball carrier for him in a few games through the season. First time we see him here as they go back to the passing game now. Center of the field, pass caught, trying to get to the sideline, and that was a touchdown-saving tackle by number 24, Carson Yates, as he hooked up with Jermaine Kaysen, center of the field. Kaysen was trying to get outside, and Noble, had he made it to the sideline, he was gone. That was a touchdown-saving tackle by Carson Yates.
Oh, you could tell he had speed, and I tell you what, it was that fake, Mr. Sweeney, Jaden Evans. You said number 5 there. I didn't know much about what you all talked about as far as him being featured back in previous games, but that young man, that was a nice ball fake they carried out as well.
2 minutes left here, second quarter. Smith County trying to add to their lead. They kind of served that one up as the receiver coming left. This will be a pass play, and no gain there as following down the line there was Liam Bell. That was a really nice job in pursuit of taking down
number 6, Liam Bell. Jermaine Kaysen that time, yes indeed. And like you said, Liam Bell did a fine job that time, T-Roy. And sideline to sideline, Liam Bell had a lot of ground to cover that time. Great lateral movement, Liam.
Loss of 1, second down and 11 now. Clock still continues to move. 124 and ticking as 3 receivers now to the top of your screen. Martin looking, fires, pass incomplete. Good defense that time by the Rockets as they had dropped one of the linebackers back to get in Martin's vision there and did a really nice job to bring up third down.
Not just one of the linebackers, Jesse Lindeman. He actually defended 2 defenders that time. He rolled out into the flat, and he said, no quarterback, the flat's not open, and the quarterback tried to go to his second progression, his second read. Lindeman kind of dropped back and threw a hand out there as well. So excellent job in coverage there, Lindeman.
So it will be Madewell, the back to Martin's right. 2 receivers that way. Martin got some heat. Steps up in the pocket, fires toward the end zone. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Smith County. Martin threw it over the Rocket defender into the end zone, and that was a really nice catch.
Not only did he throw it over the defender, he threw it over both defenders, T-Roy. And I'll tell you what, that was a double coverage that time. And I said, oh, he done messed around and made a mistake because all I could see was 2 white jerseys. But guess what? He threw the ball high, and he gave his wide receiver the best chance at a chance at it.
Key Harris, number 6, on the touchdown catch, as he did a really nice job of going up and getting that football
at what they call the high point,
yes.
T-Roy. He went at the high point. I tell you what he also did really well. He caught it with his hands, T-Roy, and sometimes that ball had a little velocity on it sometimes. And I can't tell you how many times we've seen high school players, even at a higher level than this, ball goes through their hands because it has some velocity on it.
Going to go for 2 here. Try to get it to 21-0 here with 1:06 left here in the first half. Noble You feel like their Rockets had a chance. They flushed Martin out of the pocket, but good presence by the freshman. He felt the rush from his left, stepped up in the pocket, and delivered a nice football.
For a brief moment, I thought he was going to tuck it and run, T-Roy. So, as you said, he seen the man come open, and he trusted his wide receiver. Threw it in double coverage.
He gets the choice.
And we're going to have a stoppage here
We
for
have an
just a
officials
moment.
timeout.
Officials are going to talk this one over. And Noble, Smith County has just been kind of that workman-like. It hasn't been the flash and dash, even though we did see the long pass from Martin. But they're not the team, I don't think, that you expect to come in here and they're going to get into a track meet and do all the sexy things to score a lot of points. They're just going to grind it out and have the same effect. It's going to be 21-0 here if they make the two-point conversion.
I tell you what, though, real subtle, like it's been a nice little balance that they've had because they've been run, but they had a nice mixture of passes in there. And again, for the second week, quarterback throws a nice ball. He has a nice spin on that ball.
Here's the thing, too, Noble. I guess it's been impressive with me, or I heard that's impressed me about what Smith County has done. Everything works through that big offensive line. When you've got time to throw, where Martin, feels like, hey, I don't have to worry about a lot of pressure back here. They're trying to send some extra people, but my guys have made it to where I can step up. The running backs have got holes. Hey, and when that offensive line clicks, it makes everybody look a lot better.
It requires you to block differently in the run game versus the pass game. But what I heard you say, T-Roy, they've been very effective in blocking in both the run and the pass.
Back them up 15 yards here. I'm not sure what that was for. I didn't ever see the signal. It was a long try for two. Martin eludes, tries to extend. Now he's running around like Johnny Manziel back there. Throws it toward the end zone. It's incomplete. Got popped as he threw it. So the conversion, no good. It remains 19-0. As the Rockets will get set to take the kickoff. And Noble here, if you get good field position, you got to get down the field, try to put some points on the board here.
You do. Reggie Pearson, he got his opportunity, T-Roy, and that's all you can ask for as a senior. A big lineman, you've been running all over the field, and you got a quarterback that's just dashing and all over the field, just running around, being athletic, and you get a chance for him to run directly towards you, and he don't see you coming. Reggie Pearson got his shot. He took it.
Like, look, you little squirt. You ran me around here an awful lot. There's not going to be any more of this foolishness. I'm getting you right now.
And I tell you what, you get tired of that running around, but Reggie Pearson said, hey, I'm not tired this time. I got an opportunity. But as you said, T-Roy, it's 19-0 at this particular time. And it's early in the game, yes, but based upon the way the Owls have played, they're not going to easily be taken off the field. Third down, fourth down and short. They've been fourth down and short all night long. So you're going to have to now be aggressive on offense. And folks at home, go ahead and get ready. You may see Coach Eli Stevenson roll the dice. He may have to go for something well in his own territory.
I think, too, Noble, I think the other thing is the defense has had to roll the dice a lot here in the first half just to try to do what they've done in this first half. So they'll kick it again. This one, liner, taken and fumbled. Picked back up 15, center of the field, 20, 25, out to the 30. Rockets will get decent starting field position here with 58.2 seconds left here in your second quarter.
Bell carries the ball out to the 32-yard line.
William Bell on the return, and the Rockets, let's see what they can do here.
We got a flag down there, T-Roy, right around the 43-yard line, so we'll try to see how this gets assessed.
Rockets still got a couple of timeouts in their back pocket. Had to burn that one offensively early on.
Man, I tell you what, man, I was interested. Smith County player picked the flag up, but he put it back down. He was smart enough. One of the players picked the flag up, and his player, I guess it's kind of like a basketball game. The captain come over there, and he spoke for the referee or something, but he convinced that young man to put that flag back on the ground.
Penalty is going to be on the Rockets here. So that's going to back them up, and it's going to back them up 15, Noble.
Well, that changes your play call, T-Roy. Now you just play it safe and try to get to the locker room 19-0, correct?
Penalty carries the ball back to the 17-yard line.
You know, you can. I don't think you can. Normally it tells you to do that, but, you're looking at your season being over here. I think you got to do some things and take a few chances here.
You got analytics in your pocket, too?
to throw, looking, firing it back across the field, pass caught, but getting up quickly. Nice play by the Smith County defender as the Rockets trying to set that little screen up over there and getting through. That was Kaysen again.
Yes, indeed. Jermaine Kaysen doing an excellent job. And, again, open field, bringing down an athlete. So you know how special that is, T-Roy. And I tell you what, clock there, ball called in, field of play. Coach Eli Stevenson do exactly what I think. The clock is running there, and I think you just let that thing run on down. Run one more play, and let's head to the locker room.
18 seconds left as they're going to roll. Look, pass is caught. Nice diving catch there by Branham Haynes at about the 24-yard line. I don't think they're going to be able to get another play off here unless they call their timeout. Looks like they're going to let time expire here in the first half. And we'll go to the locker room with the Owls, the 1 seed, up over the 4 seed Rockets, 19-0 here as we have reached halftime. We'll be back after this.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and re-landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students, from delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank. Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
And welcome back here at halftime as the Smith County Marching Band performing here as the number 1 seed and home-standing Owls of Smith County leading the Rockets 19-0 here at halftime. And Ricky, it's kind of been just a grinded out, kind of just punch you in the mouth effort here by Smith County in the first half. They came out and said, hey, we got that big physical offensive line. We want to establish our running game. They did that early with Ethan Madewell. And on top of that, we talked about the arm strength of Martin. He flicked one about 45, 50 yards to his favorite target, Wyatt Claywell, and they've just played a really workmanlike first half here, just more or less what you think, just wearing down the Rockets.
Yeah, they certainly have. When you come across a big, powerful offensive team, you got to outquick them. The Rockets haven't found a way to outquick them to this point. Now, it's one half in the books, it's 19-0, but you got to make some adjustments at halftime and learn that how to outquick them.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be the theme, the focus for the Rockets in the second half, Noble, is they've got to find a way to get their playmakers in space.
And I tell you what, this won't please everybody at home listening, but you still got to make sure you stay true to the pass game. And I know that won't please them because I know they like to go run first, but the run is not being very effective. And they've been effective in the pass game. So now you got to reverse it, T-Roy. You got to pass the ball in order to make the run available.
Well, and here's the thing, too, Noble. There's a number of ways that you can do that. I mean, you can set your run up, and a lot of the pass plays, if you throw the screen out of the backfield, if you throw that little slant, those things effectively sometimes work as the same as a run. And as you said, I think the big thing is you've got to isolate a Fields, a Bell. You've got to get those guys in space in the second half if you're going to have a shot at doing those things.
And you are correct in that, T-Roy. So and what you're looking for is you want to get the ball to your players in space. So not only Bell but Fields, but you have the luxury of being able to do that. And Villazon, so maybe they come in with a little wrinkle. Villazon maybe at quarterback, T-Roy.
You could see that. I would think that would be an option. I would think that would be on the table in the second half. Villazon does have a good arm. They talk about his ability to be able to go down the field. That may be something we see in the second half. Again, I don't think there's anything right now that's going to be off the table at this point.
We talk about us, the Rockets, wanting to be a balanced team. Well, we've seen a balanced team in Smith County tonight. 8 of 10 passing, 116 yards, 15 rushing attempts, 94 yards. 210 yards of total offense for a team that looks very strong here in the first half. Very balanced, something like the Rockets. Now, the Rockets, 9 of 12 passing, and you like that, and I like it too. 60 yards passing tonight for the Rockets. 11 rushes for -5, and some of those was on the field goal attempt when the snap went bad and just discombobulated there. But 11 for -5, haven't called those numbers out, I don't think, all the years I've been doing this.
Ricky, one thing we alluded to, we talked about it coming up here. There was a game against Jackson County this year where Smith County limited them to -1 for the game. 18 carries, -1 yards. This defense has a great reputation right now. They average 8.2 points per game given up. They've given up nothing here at the break.
And before everybody think I done lost my mind, Mr. Sweeney, I wanted you to tell me one more time, how many rush attempts do the Rockets have, and how many pass attempts do the Rockets have?
Rockets have those 11 rushing attempts for -5 and 12 passing attempts that have gained 60 yards. So it's balanced, but
it is balanced, and it's real clear. It's an imbalance because it's the passing game that's been effective, and I know that ain't where the Rockets lay their hat at, but that's what's been given to you tonight, and you got to work with what's given to you, and then go back to the run game after the pass attempts have been a little more successful.
This is one of the biggest and strongest defensive, and they're living up to their.
I think the size. Yeah, I think the size is really presenting some problems up front for the Rockets. They're just giving up per man an awful lot of beef up front.
And we've had that conversation, T-Roy, and that's pretty simple. It's kind of difficult to have any kind of conversation about being successful in a football game if you have a size advantage on the offensive line. Everything starts up front, gentlemen, and you all know that. And those are some nice size young men there that the Owls have there on both sides of the ball.
I think the Owls are number 1 for a reason, and we're looking at it right here in the first half.
Yeah, and here's the thing I guess that has surprised me, and Coach Stevenson had talked about it during the week. He said their linebackers are really good. I was anticipating, to be honest with you, that we were going to try to really exploit the speed game. I felt like we would definitely have the speed advantage in this game. Could we get our guys in space to get them one-on-one where they could make a play? there have been times tonight where we've got them in a situation where they've gotten outside, and those linebackers and corners and safeties have done a good job of coming up for the Owls and been able to keep them from busting the big play. I really thought the busted play on the pass where Fletcher Fields caught it center of the field and was about to get to the sideline, normally I'm thinking he turns the corner on that one and gets to the end zone, but they did a really nice job of being able to defend him and keep him from taking it to the house.
Two things there, Mr. Sweeney. One, don't underestimate the speed of the Owls, but two, they took advantage of the angle they had. These young men here, the Owls, they have done a superb job of covering sideline to sideline tonight.
And like Troy said, when we do get somebody out there, they recover quickly. Number 10 has impressed me something fierce. Peyton Hicks,
yeah.
Boy, he's been everywhere on the kickoffs and recovering on those plays that we think we got a chance. And then he's there to take the legs out from under Fletcher Fields.
I think responsibility-wise, they've been really good tonight, and they haven't broken down that they've had, guys that break free in a pass pattern, guys that get to the edge, untouched. They've been very, very sound in their defensive assignments, speaking of Smith County.
Stay there, T. Roy. Stay there. I want you to do some math for me. When you said they've been disciplined, think about it. Where the Rockets have been successful, according to our lovely statistician, they have been successful in the passing game. 12 pass attempts for 60 yards. So when you say discipline, they said, Rockets, you can continue to pass. You can dink and dunk, but we're not going to give you anything vertical downfield. That's that discipline you're talking about.
Yeah, the biggest pass play, we've had a 13-yard pass play to Eli Bell for a first down. Three first downs passing the ball tonight, only one on the ground, and that was the first play of the game from Fletcher Fields.
And that's that discipline, T-Roy. They saying you can continue to pass, but we're not going to give you a big play. And we know at this stage, 19-0, you're going to need a couple big plays. Rockets going to have to get vertical with the ball. They're going to have to go downfield.
Before Ricky gives us our individual stats, I just wanted to say I think one of the things that they're going to have to do is there's got to be, we talked about it with the scissors, there's got to be some misdirection. There's got to be send that play one way, fake the pitch, come back the other way. You've got to be able to try to get somebody one-on-one, because that's the way I think that you break down this group here. You got to attack them individually because they're very good and very cohesive as a group.
It may have to be that double move you're talking about. Villazon or somebody may have to make a double move or something. So they have been running some wonderful routes. So Villazon and Eli Bell have been the two who have been out. And I think was it Haynes? Haynes also out there also running routes. Somebody's going to have to make a double move.
Here's the one thing I do want to see, and I don't know whether they've unveiled that in their playbook. I don't recall this year us seeing that. But I think the one thing I would like to see is, because there's been so many times that their pursuit has been so good. When we line up and send a guy in motion, they're already moving that way. I think you've almost got to, if they're going to move that way and react, you got to come back across the field, run a reverse, do something to make those guys think about it and give you a corner.
Yeah, you said it. Their defense is playing so well. They don't. I don't know that they have to make any adjustments. So we are going to have to do something different to make them make some adjustments.
I mean, we've watched Fields go in motion a couple of times, and you just see the wave of black and gray, jerseys that go across there with him. I mean, when Fields comes in the game, they're keying on him. They know he's probably going to get the football, and they're just rolling right with him.
So keep in mind, they've done their film study. They have seen high probability that Fields will get the ball when he's coming in motion. But I'll tell you what has happened often, they've been able to play off of that. Fields has been able to hand the ball off to Grissom a couple times. So expect that play to happen. Fields will get the ball, but he's going to hand it off to Grissom coming back the opposite way.
Look what they've done to Fletcher. The first time he got it, we saw him get that 15 yards and first down, the first play of the game. We thought we had something working. But the next three carries for Fletcher, -3, -1, -1. So they adjusted immediately. They adjusted to that. So
let's look at our halftime individuals.
Individuals for you Rockets again. Fletcher Fields 4 carries for 10 yards after that first carry of 15 yards. They've done a good job on him. That's 4 for 10 for Fletcher Fields. Gavin Grissom 2 carries for 5 yards. Liam Bell, 2 carries for 1 yard, and Aiden Cantrell, tough sledding tonight for him, 3 carries, minus 21, and 7 of those coming on that failed field goal attempt down there. Again, passing the ball tonight, let's see, 3 catches for Villazon, 3 catches for Fletcher Fields, 1 catch for Branham Haynes, and Eli Bell had a catch in the first half and again picked up that 13-yard first down. 2 penalties for 20 yards for the Rockets. No turnovers, so that's a plus as well. Just got to stay with that as well. Individually now for Smith County, Jaden Evans, 1 carry for 10 yards, and he's their leading ball carrier. We saw Ethan Madewell just continually get the ball. He got it for the first 14 rushing attempts, 14 for 84. He scored on a 30-yard touchdown run, and they've had 2 touchdown passes tonight in the first half as well. 2 penalties for 20 yards for the Owls tonight as well. And they lead it here at halftime. Almost ready for third quarter action. They lead it 19-0.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with your second half here from Carthage. Once again, Owls lead it 19-0.
Town banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technologies such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
I just don't. And to your scoreboard here as we get set for the second half. Other games of interest, East Robertson all over Cascade right now, 28-0 in the second quarter. McMinn Central and Watertown. Watertown, of course, our first opponent of the season. They make the playoffs. It's 21-19 right now. McMinn in the third quarter of that one. Other scores that we've got for you, of course, here, 19-0. Let's see if I can pick up some of the others. Right now, Fayetteville up on Monterey 19-14 at halftime. As we see that one, Marion County at halftime up on Westmoreland, but it's just 7-0. Maybe a little bit of a surprise right there. Let's see if some other scores that we've got locally. Summit and Antioch 14-14 at the half. Collinwood up on McEwen 30-0. Lewis County trailing Milan 26-0 at halftime. Lewis County was 9-1 coming into that game. Loretto 10-0. Loretto right now, they are losing to 4-6 Peabody 14-10 at halftime. Moore County doing exactly what you thought they would do against Houston County. It is 42-0 Rangers at halftime. Other games, Smyrna up on Independence 16-0. Nolensville and Tullahoma locked in a scoreless duel, 0-0 at halftime. Columbia up on Centennial 7-6. That one in the second quarter. We know these group well. Decatur County Riverside 8-2 on the season. They're taking on 8-2 Mount Pleasant. 36-0 in the second quarter. Riverside over Mount Pleasant. That one's a surprise. That size of score is definitely a surprise. Let's see what other things we've got here if we can find. I don't have an update yet on Cornersville and McKenzie. Did want to look at that one. Page up on Franklin County 44-0 in the second quarter. Eagleville and West Carroll don't have a score on that one yet. So that'll give you a partial look at your scores here in the first round here as we get set to begin this third quarter here in Carthage with the 1 seed, the Owls, leading the 4 seed, the Forrest Rockets 19-0. Rockets have to kick it off here to begin this third quarter.
They do have to kick it off, T-Roy, and Mr. Sweeney didn't say it, T-Roy, and before you say it, I do not want them to do an onside kick. I don't want that because the opposing team is anticipating it as well. So there is no element of surprise when you're 19-0 and you come out of the locker room and try an onside kick. Let's kick it off, Gavin.
To be honest with you, Nova, I was not even thinking about that right here.
Well, I appreciate that. I know you like to take a shot every once in a while, but let's just. I know you, Mr. Sweeney. I
like it every time.
I know you do. I don't know
That's
about
why I'm 0-8,000 coaching.
Ricky's that guy I can talk to on punting or not going for it or not punting on any down. Just go for it on fourth down every time, no matter where. Kickoff center of the field. Good return set up here. Outside 35. Cuts it back inside of the 40. 45 midfield strike to the 45-40. And he almost broke it. He made an excellent move. G-Square thought he had him lined up. But what a step through on the move by Jermaine Kaysen as he sidestepped G-Square at about the 35 and took it another 25 yards down into Rocket territory at the 38. We got an injured player.
Yes, indeed. Injured player down there, T-Roy. They're attending to him. And I could be wrong there, T-Roy. Luke Swihard, I think, got him on the sideline, number 7.
And that's Patrick, the injured Rocket. They're going to get him over to the sideline. He has been outstanding as a freshman this year. 5'11", 200-pounder, and he's definitely going to be a great building block for the Rockets.
Oh, he early on, he lights out, yes, indeed. And we seen him last week, a couple tackles for losses and things of that nature, but it's hard to believe that young man there is just in his freshman campaign. 5'11", 200 pounds. He's had a superb season.
He has had a wonderful freshman campaign. It gives you some hope for the future for the Rockets as they start back on the ground game. Madewell just shifting inside, now outside. Just goes out to the next hole. Gets to the sideline, and then finally driven out of bounds. Noble, he just kept going 2 yards, looking for another hole, bouncing it outside another 2. You know, it was kind of crazy. It was just a stair-step run there by Madewell.
That's how old I am, T-Roy. He was doing that like the little Frogger logs. You know, Frogger game back in the
exactly,
day.
Yes.
He would go up 1 and then slide over 2 and then go up 1, just waiting on the next log, T-Roy. And I tell you what, those big men there were blocking for him, and he was real patient with it as well.
I mean, he's not a small young man. He's got 100 yards now on 15 carries, but he can kind of hide behind those big guys. Here's that little touch pass again as they try to get to the corner. 25-20 to the 15, down to about the 10. As that's number 6, Key Harris. Harris caught that touchdown late in the second quarter, and he's in on the action here again as he'll get it, I believe, just inside the 10. So it'll be first and goal now for the Owls as they've come out of the locker room and moved the football well here. They got that outstanding return, and the offense right back to work.
They did get the outstanding return. Mr. Sweeney might have been right. He might have had analytics in his pocket. Maybe we should have had an onside kick.
Made well to Martin's left. They're going to give it back to him, this time trying the center of the field, and he finds Patrick. Patrick gets back in the game quickly after getting dinged up, and he'll bring him down, just bulldogs him down after a yard gain.
Just in case you didn't know, if Patrick has re-entered the game, he introduces himself to you. So, yes, indeed. One more time, Patrick. Jason Patrick, 5'11", 200-pound freshman.
Man, think about it now. The size and bulk up front. He's been able to fight through those guys a few times tonight.
I tell you what, and I keep an eye on him. He's able to do it with his quickness. Watch his quick first step.
2nd and goal. Pass. This is incomplete. Little miscommunication there. Villazon had the route covered well. I think Martin thought his receiver was going to continue maybe toward the corner. Receiver came back to him a little bit, and the pass just sails harmlessly incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Certainly glad I got you by my side, T. Roy. You was watching play-by-play. I was watching Jason Patrick. He had an excellent swim move to the interior that time. Excellent job. He moved down through two aisles that time.
Martin from the gun. They go back to the ground, going left, pushing that pile forward, trying to get to the pylon. Did he get there? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Smith County. Made well again for the 2nd time on the ground here tonight, and that time, Noble, they got a lot of bodies out in front of Madewell, and he just angled his way to the pylon. Touchdown, Owls.
Not only a lot of bodies that time, but by the time he was able to have contact from one of the Rockets that time at the 2nd level, you had a couple of big men there on top of him, and that was just too many pounds to be able to fight through that time for the Rocket defender there. So gonna keep an eye, make sure the Rocket defender is able to shake that off. But again, 25-0, 10:09 on the clock, 3rd quarter. Owls just went up. Now they getting ready to try to kick the extra point here.
Snap good this time. The kick good as well. With 10:09 left here, 3rd quarter, your new score. It is now Smith County 26 and the Rockets nothing.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
And welcome back as, once again, Smith County, very impressive drive for them as they now lead it 26-0. Return up the side up to about the 31. Folks, we apologize. Having a little bit of trouble right now with our scoreboard. Is gotten a little colder here, that maybe technology not wanting to work quite as well here. We're going to try to work with it here just a little bit and see if we can get it back going for you.
Rockets have the ball at the 32-yard line, T. Roy, and all the conversation you and Mr. Sweeney was having about maybe perhaps some misdirection or being able to do something different here. Going to try to have to get this Owls defense not only on their heels, but try to get them off balance a little bit, going misdirection or something.
Cantrell will roll to his left. He'll shot put it there to Bell. Bell will pick up about 6-7 yards on 1st down, and you get ahead of the sticks by doing that.
Tell you what, T. Roy, it goes exactly to what you were talking about at half, the discipline, T. Roy. The Rockets not only bail out in the flat, but they had 3 wide receivers going downfield. All 3 wide receivers were covered, and the Owls defense said, we're going to cover the 3 downfield, and we're going to allow you to dump that off down low. So
that coverage was good. Number 11 for the Rockets had his hand up, but he was not open.
He was not open at all. All 3 of them were covered, Mr. Sweeney.
One receiver, Haynes, wide side right, man in motion is triple F. They give it inside, and before they do, this one's going to bring it back. Legal procedure on the Rockets. So you get 5, you give it back.
And I'll tell you what, I know Smith County, they may not have been necessarily that impressive, but they are the 1 seed, and I'll tell you what I have really enjoyed about them. Not only are they not giving up the big play, but solid tackling. Solid tackling. I mean, they're all over the field. We're not breaking any tackles.
Rockets now. Second down as they go back to throw. Down the field. Pass is intercepted. G-Square back there battling, but getting in front of him and taking down the interception. That's going to be number 8. That's going to be Hackett, Cole Hackett, a freshman. And he makes the pick. And it'll be Smith County back the other way now.
There it was, T-Roy. Script as you wrote it. Nothing downfield, nothing vertical. They're not giving up a big play. They let you dink and dunk all night, but they're not giving up anything in the secondary at that time. And just a case of it's going to be hard. I know there's a lot of playoffs left, but a team like this not giving up big plays, they always find themselves in the contest.
Back to throw Martin. He'll look for the home run ball down the field, incomplete. Looking in the direction of Kylan Johnson. Johnson's a receiver who has been involved this year in the pass offense for the Owls, but getting his first look here tonight. That one incomplete to bring up second down.
It looked like Johnson was going for a double move. Kylan Johnson was going for a double move, but I'm not real certain with what was going on because the quarterback released that way too early.
3 receivers this time to the left side of the field, back to his left as Martin's going to roll. Looks, sets, fires across his body. This pass incomplete. Eli Bell right there. Oh, no. If that is interference, I'm going to hold that one up. That was not interference that time on Bell, I don't think. He made a great play.
I tell you what, it's the referee who called the play, T-Roy. It's the referee who called the play. So keep in mind, he's standing right where the linebackers was at. So I don't think he's going to be the one. The one who's in the far secondary did not call pass interference. So it's where he was at. There you go.
Hicks was the intended target.
Now, what we have down there is an ineligible player downfield because keep in mind, it's the referee who actually made the call and where he was at. He was standing right at the linebacker spot. So keep in mind, he was probably going to call something that was going to be associated with some lineman play or something.
We haven't said anything tonight. The officials done a good job.
They've done a superb job, my man. And I tell you what, we said something just then, and they did a great job right then.
Bell made a really nice play. They'll swing it out quickly. Hicks has got the catch. 50, gets back inside, and the ball is popped free. I think the Rockets got it. They do. Reggie Pearson comes up with it. Let's see who was able to pop it away. It may have been Fields who got a hand on it. There were a couple of Rockets there, but Reggie Pearson makes the recovery.
There he is, Reggie Pearson. He's making up for he had a chance for a big play. Reggie could have had a huge night tonight. He could have had that INT and the fumble recovery. But I'll tell you what, Reggie, we'll focus on the right now. 6'3", 230-pound senior, number 68, Reggie Pearson with the fumble recovery right at the 49-yard line. Here's an opportunity if you're looking for a little life. Rockets, here it is right here. 4th down territory, as you well know. Cantrell be under center, T-Roy, right here at the 49-yard line.
Now can the Rockets put some points on the board? He's going to look down the field. Got a man back there. G-Square by himself. And this one incomplete. No, it's going to be intercepted. That's going to be number 6. That's Key Harris again. And Noble, he threw it deep, but he had G-Square running down the hash. It drifted on him toward the sideline.
You play by play, T-Roy, and I'll slow it down for you. He had G-Square. he was not throwing it to G Square. So that's the problem. He was not throwing it. He had G Square, but he wasn't throwing it to him. That's the problem. And what ended up happening was where the ball was at, he was not throwing it to G Square, but G Square route also was bringing him towards the ball, and it was bringing 2 wide receivers in the same vicinity.
Back to the ground game now as they get outside. A lot of running room. First down and more. Breaking tackles to the 40. 45, one man to beat. Got a blocker back there. To the 30, to the 25, 20, down the sidelines and into the end zone. Touchdown, Smith County. What a run, Noble.
I tell you what, T-Roy, not only what a run, but not only did he break quite a few tackles. I can't give him credit for breaking those tackles, but I will give him credit once he got downfield and one-on-one, he had a slight little hesitation that time, T-Roy, and then he sped it up. That looks like number 3, T-Roy, number 3, none other. Yes, indeed.
That wasn't Madewell.
I'm going to tell you it was number 3. Yes, indeed. I'm going to tell you who it was. And I'll tell you what was so special about it. I told you downfield, once he isolated, got one-on-one, he had a
Folks, welcome back. Had some technical difficulties here that we're still trying to rectify. I think the cold weather is playing some havoc with our equipment up here as we're on top of the press box and the temperatures are beginning to get a little colder. So we're going to try to stay with you as we can here. As we said, having some difficulties here with the overlays and with the scoreboard and those kind of things right now. We're going to just hang in here as long as we can as Smith County has the football once again. No, tough night. Smith County's really come in here and at home and really kind of showed why they're the 1 seed.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy, and you've talked about it, and I know we have talked in length about the size advantage that they have on the front line, but we haven't spoken too much about how effective they have been in the fundamentals. They've done an excellent job on defense, covering sideline to sideline and covering gaps and bringing them down.
That's the thing. They've just kind of worn us down as they little stiff arm down the sideline, and Fields will be able to run him down finally, but not before another big gain as the pass caught by Kylan Johnson. And you see his elusiveness and his speed as he gets down the sideline. Fields, only his excellent burst, able to catch him before he takes it the distance again. But another big gain into Rocket territory at the 44 as the clock's moving with about 2 minutes left here in the third.
And again, executed beautifully. You got a wide out down there that was able to take advantage of one of the Rockets down there and get move that Rocket out to give him a little space down that time for a key block.
Once again in business are the Owls. Back to the ground game now, and it's almost a forgotten man at this point. Jaden Evans had been their leading carrier a couple of games, and with Madewell just coming out here and establishing himself, Evans ain't got many carries tonight.
He has not, and I'll tell you what, again, I haven't seen it in a long time in high school athletics, but you cannot be mad at the coaching staff in giving Madewell the ball because that young man has been very effective. And you can't get mad if you number 5 and you Jaden Evans and you say, hey, tonight wasn't the night. Coach didn't give me a lot of touches. When he goes back and he look at the film, he'll very well understand why.
2nd down and 8 as they work again from the gun. Back to the ground. Up the middle. There's that man Patrick again. And got some help in the center of the hole there as 55. That's Aiden Hendricks gets in there for the stop. Gain of maybe 1. It'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it about 7 now as we're under a minute left here in the third.
They're going to let this clock here. They're going to run one more play, T-Roy. And here's a case where in the backfield, number 5, he fully can anticipate getting this one. Evans will get another carry.
Got everybody in tight, and he's going to go back and throw. Across the middle, got a man. Pass is caught for the touchdown. Noble, we saw it setting up. We could hear the coaches to our right, and they didn't see what they wanted to see out of that formation, and we know why now because number 7 went right down the seam, and we've seen Martin with his strong arm put it out there. But he throws a really nice football. Johnson just runs under that one, cradles it, takes it the distance, and now it's 39-0 Owls.
Run right up under T-Roy, and I'll tell you what, Martin has been very accurate with his passes tonight, and it's not a case of last week when we talked about velocity and all that. He's had a nice touch.
Hey, here's the thing. This is what I think makes them, I believe, to me, even more impressive and more dangerous in later rounds, is because you know they've got that big offensive line, but you got a guy that can throw, and he's got some receivers with some speed. They're going to be dangerous.
Well said, T-Roy. They're good on. They're good in both facets of the game, running the ball and throwing it.
And with that, it's now 40-0 Smith County. We'll take a break.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditioning. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Let's just leave it. And welcome back as the kickoff will come down, taken at the 20. Swihart with it, looking for running room. Eludes one tackle across the 30 out to about the 32-yard line.
And they covered that kick the same way they've covered them all. I could be wrong, Mr. Sweeney, but I think every kick they have kicked to the Rockets have not gained any more than 8 or 9 yards.
And with that, that's going to do it for your third quarter of action. It's the Owls 40-0 as we head into the fourth.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
And welcome back as we head to the fourth. 40-0 Smith County is, as you see, our scoreboard's kind of froze up just a little bit. We've still got the score and the logo for each team, but the words have kind of come off here. We can't get it to unfreeze, so we'll give you what we got here for the remaining time here, as the Rockets trying to get some points on the board here, Noble.
They are, T-Roy, and it's a matter of just trying to get on the board at this stage.
G-Square trying to get outside, and again, he gets met. No place to go. Just a swarming Owl defense tonight has really not let the Rockets get untracked.
That's a nice adjective, T-Roy. They have been swarming. So wherever there's a white jersey with a football, they have been around it. The Owls have certainly been around it. You usually don't associate the word swarming with Owls, but these Owls here have been swarming around the ball.
Yeah, I guess maybe they've had a hoot tonight.
There you go. I like it.
2nd down and 9 as they go back to Fields, looking for running room wide. Cuts it back inside now, outside again. Fields to the midfield stripe, stays on his feet and out of bounds into Owl territory at the 46. Noble, the one thing you do see here is a lot of building blocks. You see Fletcher Fields. You see Patrick defensively. We've seen some other guys last year that haven't really got a lot of time. I think Attenture being one of those guys that haven't got a lot of time as freshmen, but you got some real building blocks there, you know, and that sophomore class, freshman class, and the 8th grade class that's coming up undefeated. They didn't taste a loss in middle school. Now it's those guys' time they're going to be able to hopefully step up and lead this team in a different direction as Bell gets hit down hard. I hate it for this group of seniors, though. I think they have really played hard. I like this group. I think they've deserved better than what they've gotten.
And I appreciate you saying it that way, T. Roy. You got to have a lot of respect for how they have conducted themselves, how they carried themselves through this season, particularly with the adversity that they have faced, and for them to continue to keep their heads up. And like I said, the way they have conducted themselves, I concur. I think they are deserving of a better record and better outcome.
Cantrell got a man back there. He's got to get rid of that one. He didn't see Villazon, who was like, I said it before, he was Farmer Fran in the water boy running loose down there. Wild and free, but Cantrell didn't see him on the sideline there, and ends up taking it out of bounds for a gain.
And the game being played out the way it's been played out, and Cantrell being forced to flush out and throw the ball, I guess maybe he kind of lost sight of that. He been kind of running out all night. So yes, indeed, you can get kind of caught up in a moment.
They go inside scissor. Here comes G Square. Gets outside. First down and more as he cuts it back inside, stays on his feet, continues to push forward, and he'll reach down to about the 26-yard line before being taken down. Of course, as you know, running clock here as we're approaching the 9-minute mark. Rockets just want to get some points on the board here.
And we talked about that play right there. Mr. Sweeney had a conversation. We knew eventually G Square would be able to come back opposite field with it, so very effective. Hadn't seen that very much this evening.
G Square on the evening, 4 carries and 23 yards. First down from the 26-yard line. Cantrell back to the ground game. Head of steam. Here comes Eli Bell. Gets outside. Eli, it's a foot race to the pylon, and Eli Bell will win it. Touchdown, Rockets. And is that the first time he's gotten the ball tonight?
Yes.
Hey, and I tell you what, they did.
G Square's down.
He is down. He has his face mask into the turf there.
And about the 20, and he is some obvious pain, and you definitely don't want to see that. Of course, Cole and his brother goes down last week, ends up having to have surgery this week. And hopefully, you think maybe hopefully a cramp or something. They're looking at the lower extremities, and it's awful cold to have a cramp, but I'm just trying to be hopeful here.
It is certainly awful cold to have a cramp, and I tell you what, he's a tough fella, and he's certainly not pounding his headgear into that field there for a cramp, T-Roy.
Yeah, they continue to attend to him, and I think they're going to get him. I think they're going to get him up. I think the immediate thing right now is, I guess you're going to go for 2 here. He's going to try to stay in and kick.
He certainly is, and I tell you what, he's running off the field because unless I'm mistaken, T-Roy, the rules say
he got
to go out because he came out and required attention that time. But I tell you what, don't lose sight of the fact Eli Bell turned on the Jets, T-Roy.
He did.
And I tell you what, I may be wrong. Second time I know, but 3 times at the most, the Rockets have not gotten on the edge more than 3 times tonight.
And he's kind of become a forgotten man, and I really think that's kind of a tragedy because, man, he has got a great skill set. They just haven't used him a lot here late in the season.
And you talked about the future. You talked about the freshmen, so don't forget, my man, it ain't just all about freshmen. Sometimes it's about a sophomore, Eli Bell said.
G-Square injured. They're going to go for 2 here. Turn, give. Trying to get into the end zone and being denied. Ball pop free. Smith County looking like, hey, we want to try the college game, head the other way and pick up some points, but try no good. And it'll remain 40-6 with 8:44 remaining. And fellas, for the Rockets, definitely not what I thought tonight. To be honest with you, I really thought from looking at numbers and that we might have a chance. I wasn't going to call the upset, but I just thought this one was going to be a whole lot closer. I really thought that we would be able to use our speed, and if we didn't turn it over, that we'd be in this game in the second half. But I'm like you. I've come away very impressed with Smith County. They have done a lot of things well. You knew coming in, if you're only giving up 8 points a game, you're doing a lot of things right. But to me, just their total game, both offensively and defensively, has been very impressive.
Yeah, they're a complete team. We've seen it tonight.
We have, Mr.
Thank
Sweeney.
you folks at home have seen it.
Yes, indeed. And I like I told you, Mr. Sweeney, initially, first quarter, I thought it was just a case, you know how you little league ball and you got the little kid that's just bigger than everybody and faster than everybody, and little league basketball just bigger than everybody and making all the layups and all that. I just thought that's what this was a case of early on. But as I've seen throughout the night, this is more than just some big boys on the front line.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I talked with Coach Stevenson, and he was like, man, those guys are really good, but they're super big up front. And I thought, you know what, maybe this matches up with us because we've got great speed. But we've seen their defense go sideline to sideline as they go onside here. G-Square is going to try to let it roll, but it kicked back on him. It looked like it was going to take that last roll and get 10, but it kind of checked up at about 9.
Yes, indeed. It actually was working in G-Square favor, T-Roy.
He had done the box out. He was getting ready to take it in.
And it was going to be recovered by the Rockets, and the ball just decided it was not going to work. It was not going to cooperate with G-Square.
So Smith County takes over at the 49-yard line as that clock continues to tick away on the Rockets season.
And how about G-Square just as you say, T-Roy, all the time, the wherewithal to be able to understand that ball had not gone 10 yards yet. That young man there, he was locked in.
Hey, man, he was locked in. He was like Usain Bolt getting out of the blocks, getting after that thing. He had gotten down to the 49 and turned his butt around, blocked somebody out, but the ball just wouldn't get to him in time. They go back to the ground. And we're going to have a penalty marker here, and this is kind of where you hope that clock just continues to run. You don't want to see a lot of penalties and a lot of things that you're going to have to snap it again and look at it again here. So you just kind of keep that clock keeps going and keeps rocking along here at 40-6.
And I tell you what, T-Roy, and it gets a little interesting now. As you say, the clock running, you got to keep in mind you got some players out there playing their last game, T-Roy. So things get kind of interesting at this particular time, and a lot goes through your mind as a high school senior at this particular moment.
Well, I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a lot of things, and I'll leave it at that. There's going to be a lot of things unsettled walking off this field tonight. It's under 7 left here as Smith County goes back to the ground. Boy, I tell you, Smith County is just playing. Those big guys are really getting after it. Jesse Glindeman is no shrinking violet. Number 77 just kind of landed on him. As they continue just to play and play hard here. Bryson Halliburton, who's checked into the game, he's a sophomore. He's another one of those guys that he's probably in that 260
I tell you what, T-Roy, this is a new set of linemen, T-Roy. It's another group.
I'm telling you, I know. And they're just as physical and effective as the other ones. They go back to the ground here, get into Rocket territory. As getting the carry, number 18, some of the younger guys getting engaged. Gibbs, the freshman.
That's worth noting, T-Roy, that they took one group of linemen out and they brought another group in, and that's a nice size.
Hey, look at the guy. I'm talking. Did you see the guy that was pulling there?
I see them all. Those are some nice size young men, and that's the second string.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like you say, I had the doubts coming in here. I thought, like you say, I thought it was just gonna be a group of big guys, but man, I tell you what, they have executed their game plan just to the T. Just really have kind of dictated tonight the tempo, the style, everything tonight. They have kind of dictated to the Rockets how it was going to be, and boy, I've been super, super impressed. They execute so well. Their backs are very patient. Linemen get off their blocks well. I mean, it's been a total team effort here tonight by Smith County, and I'm going to be honest with you, they're going to be a tough out.
It's been a nice display of film study as well, T-Roy. They knew what the Rockets' tendencies were, and they've been ready for those all evening as well.
We've seen a couple of times where the Rockets hadn't played well against Gordonsville and against Moore County, but boy, I tell you what, from start to finish tonight, it's been just all Smith County.
That's a lot of respect you just showed, T-Roy, and I think it's deserving. Some of the things that the Rockets have been unsuccessful to do tonight, Smith County deserves some credit for making that happen.
Yeah, I really think so. I mean, we try to be as we're homers, we're going to admit it, but I want to give as much credit to the other team when they play well as they do. And here tonight, man, you just got to take your hats off. They're just a better football team tonight.
This is a solid team, T-Roy, and something you said is worth repeating. They will be a difficult out. They will be a difficult out for somebody over the next 4 weeks.
I thought, too, I thought, when we first came here and we were watching them warm up, I thought, okay, speed is going to be trouble. We actually, and after I watched this warm up, I'm thinking, okay, man, we're going to be okay. We're going to be able to get to the corner. Their linebackers and their back has been really good here tonight as Cantrell will throw it to G-Square. And G-Square will be taken out of bounds, a couple of yards shy of his first down. But the way they have gone sideline to sideline, it's going to be tough. If you match them up with a Fayetteville next week, it's going to be tough on the Tigers. Tigers are extremely athletic, so you would think that would be a good matchup for them. But I'll be honest with you, I think the physicality of Smith County may really wear on Fayetteville, and I think they're probably going to be able to stand up to that passing attack of Fayetteville.
I will say this. It would be worth watching, though.
It will be, yeah.
It would be worth watching because you've seen how Fayetteville City like to play, and they like to put those wide receivers out on an island. So you want to see if this tackling discipline with Smith County, if they can be successful with some of those athletes.
Well, I tell you what, Kaysen and Key and some of those guys is a pass caught by Villazon, and that's what I talked about from the initial get-go. I wanted them to go in that middle of the field. They do there to Villazon. He picks up his first down.
If it's anything worth noting, what Villazon just showed us, Fayetteville City might be quite a nice matchup because they will put the ball in there, and the Rockets have had a lot of success putting the ball in there tonight. Fayetteville City will throw that little dink and dive. Smith County will have to bring them boys down in open field.
Now, if you do get a good Willoughby, because he was, he was hot and cold. If you get him focused the whole game, I mean, that could be the way he can get out the pocket. I mean, it could be a tough matchup. Coming here, though, is going to be, I think, tough for Fayetteville. That's going to be a hard ask for them to come and play here.
Now, speak on that. Elaborate on that for me a little bit. Tell me what's so special about what's going to give you the advantage, Smith County, for Fayetteville City to come play here.
I think them here. I think they are very comfortable here at home. They're going to have the support. I think it's just tough in the playoffs. When you get that home field advantage, if you really take advantage of it as a higher seed, it's just tough for that lower-seeded team to come on the road and win.
Because that crowd, maybe it's just a contest tonight, but crowd hadn't necessarily gotten too involved or whatever. But like I said, Fayetteville City,
all they've had to do is golf clap tonight.
Yeah, they hadn't too much involved. But Fayetteville City, the amount of pass attempts they made and the dink and dive, because one thing, like I said, the Rockets have confirmed tonight, that dink and dive that Fayetteville City does, it's available against this defense.
Yeah. A minute 20 as the clock continues to roll. Cantrell, they try to get one more score on the board. G-Square down the sideline. Can he get there? G-Square middle of the field, and he will. Did he get there?
Oh, Mr. Official.
Oh, man. At the one. That would have been a fitting end. They got to get back to the line of scrimmage and give it to G-Square one more time. Let him cap it off.
He fought through. I think he had to go through 3 defenders for the Owls to be able to do that. And I kept waiting. I said, G-Square, he going to dive into the end zone this time. But they kind of had his body kind of crunched up that time.
From the 1, under a minute, clock still ticking. 45 seconds. Rockets trying to get one more on the board here. Cantrell rolls. He's going to look. Now he's going to tuck. And did he back his way into the end zone? Yes, he did. Aiden Cantrell for the touchdown. 31.9 ticks of the clock remaining on the Rockets season, but Aiden Cantrell will score here late. And he'll make it now a 40-12 game.
I'm going to let the folks at home be mad at me and Mr. Cantrell both, Mr. Sweeney. Aiden Cantrell rolled out, and everybody thought he was going to throw that ball out in the flat. Aiden Cantrell, he said exactly what I would have said if I was a junior, my man. 5'9", 150. I've been running all night for my life. I'm going to score myself.
Oh, they're going to pitch it around. They're going to give G-Square a shot. Now he'll get in. G-Square will get the 2-point conversion. They said, you know what, you worked really hard to get there. They turned and flipped it over the shoulder. The holder, Cantrell, flips it to G-Square. He gets in, and now 40-14 with 31.9 seconds left. Fitting in there, and nice way for the senior to go out. And Noble, we've talked here a little bit late with the running clock, but I want to make sure that this group of seniors knows how much appreciation that they have from us watching them. They have done everything that you could ask for
and more.
They have given all that they've had here this season. They have practiced hard. The coaching staff has talked about how good they have been, the attitude that they have had, the way they have approached practice, the way they have done things, and you tell they come out here and lay it on the line every week. Now, they haven't gotten a lot of breaks this season, but I really feel like this group deserve better.
And T-Roy, I hate when people do what it sound like I'm getting ready to do, but I don't mean any harm. A lot of times people have a conversation, they turn the conversation on them. What you just reminded me of, I didn't think about it till just now. My senior year, we went 4-6 regular season. We didn't have the heart. We didn't put in the effort that this group has put in. This group here is deserving. Yeah. They deserving of a better record than 4-6. Yeah. The 4-6 team I was on my senior year, there was a lot going on amongst us that kept us from being successful. But this group here, they deserve better than that. And they've been in a lot of contests.
They played for each other. They don't care who gets the credit. They have done everything that you could ask, and they have definitely been the band of brothers, a team that this town can be proud of.
Coach did a great gesture by giving G Square an opportunity to get that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it was. That was nice. As this one will get into the end zone, and we'll play out the string here tonight. But while we've got a few seconds, I did want to make sure that from our point of view, we thank these guys for the effort that they have put in.
It's been a pleasure. It's actually been I hate that the results have been what they are and the outcome, but it's been a pleasure to watch this group, T-Roy. It's certainly been a pleasure to watch them.
It has. I've really enjoyed being around them, just sensing that it was a total team. They didn't care who got the job done. They were just happy to put on a uniform, happy for whoever to get the credit and get the work done. They just wanted to win. They wanted to win together.
And T-Roy, that's my senior right there, my man Niles Taylor in there, the senior there, number 23.
With the carry, Smith County getting outside, staying in bounds. And that should do it. So the Rockets will end not the way they've wanted to. 4-7 on the season and losers of their last 6. When they got off to 4-1, you thought, hey, man, they might have something. And then Cascade kind of started the trend where they just didn't get a few breaks. You think about it, they get a break against Cascade, they get a break against Fayetteville, things could be a little different. But as it is, they will close out the season at 4-7. Smith County Owls will move on to a second-round matchup. They will be back at home next week against that Fayetteville Monterey winner, and we'll kind of check a few things here as we get set to leave. And with that, Smith County will end the Rocket season by a final of 40-14. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
And welcome back. The Owls end the Rocket season 40-14 here tonight, and this, just kind of just lets you know you hate this time of the season because a season has gone by, and it's gone by rather quickly. I feel like we just started at Watertown a couple of days ago, and now we see it come to a close here at Smith County tonight. And like I say, really like this group. Really hate that the season didn't end for them the way they would have liked for it to. But take your hats off to Smith County. Played very well tonight. Before we go, again, want to thank everybody. Peter wasn't able to be here tonight. Peter Wilson has done a wonderful job with production. Miss Kaden Anderson joined us doing our film work this year, and I think you've all seen how she's done a wonderful job. Mr. Jake Schilling filling in for Peter tonight. Want to thank him. Ricky, you and Noble, of course, for me, this is so much fun, and it's because I get to do it with guys that I really appreciate, and you guys are just wonderful at what you do, and I love coming out and doing it.
Well, thank you so much. You make it easy. You're the best. I consider you the best.
I agree.
Middle Tennessee, wherever you're at, Middle Kentucky, anywhere. Thank you for what you do and what you've brought to Chapel Hill. I thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate all the support that we've gotten. We do not take that lightly. The sponsors have been wonderful again this year. Folks, go to the website, find those folks. If you have something going on, look at those folks and keep your business local, because they support us each and every year, do a great job, and we're lucky enough to be able to turn around and give some of that money back to the school to put back in the athletic programs. We appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that. So, we want to thank those folks for allowing us to do that. We want to thank you. We do not take it lightly, the privilege of getting to bring you games each and every week. We certainly enjoy it more than you could ever know. Right now, of course, we got to look at the Rockets as they're closing out the season, and what a great group here. Cheerleaders, band. I've certainly enjoyed getting to do the interviews with that group. We've certainly come to get to know a little bit more about those group of young folks, and certainly enjoyed our time getting to spend with them and getting to take a little more look at what they do. And once again, just always tough to end up a season. Once again, we appreciate you tuning in each and every week. Folks, we're going to take about 10 days off, and we'll be back as we'll turn the page. Basketball season right around the corner. Fellas, any final thoughts?
No, I just want to do just a quick wrap-up on the stats. Fletcher Fields, 5 carries for 30 yards. Gavin Grissom, 5 carries for 26. Liam Bell, 5 carries for net 0 tonight. Eli Bell, 1 for 25. It was a touchdown. And the Rockets passing tonight, I don't have the totals up on my hands are cold, but Rockets did a good job passing that. Cantrell right on the money, even though we had a couple of intercepted. You don't normally throw a couple of those that he throwed because we're behind. So, folks, I know you got to take that into account as well. But good passing by Cantrell, and I'll take my hat off to him for filling in for Mr. Hill as he went out in the first game of the season. And just a great effort all season. They played hard, and hope you folks enjoyed watching them.
Folks, once again, thanks to those seniors. I know Spence Tankersley didn't get to play a down this year, and they would have looked a little bit differently had they had him on the field. But, man, this group of seniors, just thank you for what you've done. We appreciate you, wish you the best of luck as you continue forward. That'll wrap it up here tonight for Miss Kaden Anderson. Mr. Jay Schilling filling in for Mr. Peter Wilson. For Ricky Sweeney and Noble Mays, this is Troy Cash, and have yourselves a great night, everyone. Once again, the season draws to a close here in Carthage as the Owls beat the Rockets by a final of 40-14. Good night, everybody.